Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here, midday live, people. And we got the brothers in the building, man. Listen, Man United didn't spoil my weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, this guy, man. Are you serious? Bro. Bro.
There's absolutely no
Come on. Let's go, guys. Hey, 3-point collectors. Raise your hand if you got the 3 points. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro,
waiting for like
1 in 12.
It's been a tough couple of weeks for me on this show, yeah, but we are back. We're gonna start with City today, yeah? What's saying?
Bro, we gonna start, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up to LB, man. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good Christmas and that. You know what I mean? Man, like John's, you know what I mean? Mud brothers, I told you, man. Well, you have to stick together, bro, in this. You know what I mean? What are you telling me, bro? How's life been?
Man, life is life right now. And as you said, man, so you're lucky you didn't play this weekend. Let's just say that. You're lucky you didn't have to play this weekend. I have to watch my team's typical fashion let me down. But hey, we're here, man.
We're here. And listen, man, we had to get Dan Potts in, man. You know what I mean? There was some serious beef on the timeline last night. You know what I mean? We won't discuss it on air, but if you know, you know. You had to be there last night. But Dan Potts, how are you, man? Everything blessed.
Yeah, man. That social media platform is a nightmare at times, man. But listen, I'm good, bro. I'm actually good because it's my time to actually get a little bit of laughter in the house at some other clubs, man. Dear me. What a mess of a season so far, man. One team running away with it, the rest are trying to claw themselves into some form of respect back. And it's struggling, man. But yeah, we see how it goes, man. But big up for having me, man.
Come on, man. Big up, man. Roms will be coming any second now, people. And also, Don is coming as well, people. So don't worry, man. But yeah, no league gunner this week, man. Stinking hooked, man. But listen, you know what? Okay, then. Seeing as he won this week, man. You know what I mean? Man City. You know what I'm saying to you? I can't lie, yeah. Jamie Vardy, bro. If he'd have scored that goal, yeah, I swear down, probably Leicester go on win that game. I generally, because you would have went back to free fall. But you did it. Savio finally, you know what I mean, scored.
Savio. Yeah. Hey, I tell you guys now, yeah, invest in Savio stocks, guys, because he's now starting to show a little bit of something these last couple of games, man, I'm telling you. So that's decent. Haaland, goal. Yeah. Little Macca's on the pitch, mate, tearing defenders apart. That was nice as well. We've been waiting a long time for that. So, yeah, man, listen, I'm just enjoying this. I think we're up to 5th now. I got a nosebleed. We're so high up the league, man. Let me have a look. Where are we in the league? Are we 5th?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I no longer, when you're on Google, you type in Premier League table, I no longer have to click more standings. You know what I mean? I can just see my team, which is nice. So, yeah, man, listen, at the end of the day, the truth is we still weren't that great, but we won a football match, which is good. The January transfer window opens in, 2 days?
Yeah.
That is where our season will be decided. Yeah, this is the truth. Yeah, if we're going to go and do anything this year in terms of FA Cup, maybe a little Champions League run or whatever, we have to make 3 or 4 top quality signings, and the window's open in 2 days. We need to get it done, man. So let's see in it, but it's nice to have that green tick on the form guy, Bray.
Bro, what's that? 2 wins in 12 then, yeah?
2 wins in 14.
2 wins in 14? Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but unbeaten in 2 games.
Wow. That's mad.
Listen to this guy, man.
Unbeaten in 2 games, Bray.
This is a Man City fan, man. This is a Man City fan, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And look how happy he is. I never thought I'd see the day where LB was coming on. We finally won. I didn't think Man City were that great. I got to be real. And like you said, if Jamie Vardy had his stream boots on, then they would have struggled. One thing I will say, to give him a bit of credit, however, is that McAtee should have played a few more games by now, man.
Yeah.
I see this guy a few weeks ago against, was it Spurs in the Cup? And I thought he was really good. There was another lad called O'Reilly, I think, who I was really impressed with. And I'm surprised Pep's not gone in with these guys. Because I spoke to Martin about this a few weeks ago, and he was actually agreeing with Pep, saying the last thing you want to do is chuck kids in right now.
Yeah,
and
he's
I was kind of
against it,
disagreeing.
I think he just brought the kids in, man. And last night he come on and
man.
was one of our best players, man. The way he skipped round that defender last night was sick. So, yeah, man, I'm happy in it. I'm happy just to get a win.
Is with managers, they don't like to throw kids in such a high intensity, like high pressure environment when you're losing so many games, because you're not going to grow from these performances ultimately. When your team's in such bad form and you know all the senior players aren't playing up, you can't rely.
I can't listen to this though, George. I can't listen to this argument, and I'll tell you why. Because we've just won 4 titles in a row and we didn't give Cole Palmer a proper chance and we sold him. So you don't play him when you're cooking because you don't want to upset the team. Because this is the argument that you have. When we're cooking on gas, people are like, oh, you can't throw a kid in there because it might upset the rhythm and then you'll lose the momentum. But then when you're playing shit, they go, oh, you can't throw them in when you're shit because it's not fair. So when do you play him?
Yeah.
I feel like you're supposed to play players when they're big, innit? When you're playing good, when you're in good form, that's when players should be playing. They should be jumping into the team, sort of getting opportunities when everyone's up to the races, everyone's playing at their best, so then they can start to thrive. If you bring them into a team where everyone's playing poor, they're not going to look much better. And they might look decent, but they're going to look decent in the shit side. So it's not like they're going to be able to make any change to it. With players like McAtee, I'm pretty sure he's been sort of weaned in since even last season. He's been sort of playing, maybe not last season, but definitely preseason. I've seen him playing quite often. He played Sheffield last year, and he's played a few games this season. So he's a player that's obviously taken time to build into the team, but I feel like Pep has slowly pushed them in because you have so many attacking options that you've signed. You have to give them. Yeah,
do you not think though, George, as well, right? Do you not think, right? I don't know who's next coming through at Man City. I ain't got a clue. The academy looks like. Obviously, McAtee and O'Reilly are 2 players that I've known. Lil B will know more of them, but you could kind of believe or understand, at least at the time, that there wasn't a place for Morgan Rogers, Lavia, Cole Palmer to be coming through because they were winning trebles. They were actually destroying everybody, right? So these names that we're looking at here from Cyrus, Liam Delap's another one, Howard Bellis. You talk Pedro Porro was another one. You look at it and you think, yeah, at the time, I could kind of understand why Pedro Porro weren't going to get to game time against Kyle Walker. I could kind of understand why perhaps Howard Bellis isn't going to come and, get ahead of Diaz and Stones. But Cole Palmer is probably the only one, maybe even Jadon Sancho now, when you look at how he is kind of playing at Chelsea. But right now is when you do need them. Right now, you don't have those players I've just said. Right now, you're struggling. Kyle Walker looks absolutely done. You've got nobody in midfield. Lavia would be unbelievable in there right now. So would Morgan Rogers. So would Cole Palmer, of course. Back then, though, I don't know that they would have got their chance, LP. Do you know what I'm saying? So I understand in a way why you let them go. Maybe there's a couple that are wow, crazy one. Cole Palmer, I know you was one who said that was absolutely mad. But right now, wow, you could do all of those guys that we've just mentioned there would walk into your squad, if not your first team, bro.
I get it. I
was like a TikTok came up yesterday, of Pep Guardiola, and then Haaland's telling Pep Guardiola to go sing with their fans and that. And I was just checking through the comments here, and they were saying get McAtee to be our Cole Palmer. But I don't know if McAtee is that Cole Palmer. I don't know. He's a good player, don't get me wrong. Very nice and tidy. But do you think he can be that Cole Palmer?
He's not going to go on and score the goals and get he's
not.
But when they was in the academy, them two was like this. You know what I mean? Like they was at the same level pretty much the whole time. So he's a very good player, and I've wanted to see him for ages. Do you know what I mean? But he's not going to go on and do Cole Palmer things. I mean, that would just be ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? And he investigate what's going down in the academy if that happens. If you get Cole Palmer and then McAtee in the same situation, but
this is that one, Oscar Bob, man. That's the one.
Oscar Bob's obviously still early days. A lot of these, he's only played 900 minutes for City, so I ain't going to do what Arsenal fans do with Nwaneri. You know what I mean? And fucking get his name tattooed across my chest. But Oscar Bob, he looks decent, and he got injured, and obviously that's sort of derailed us. But listen, for me, I think second half of the season, make 3 or 4 signings in January, refresh the team. We've not got too many games in January. Get new players in, get Oscar Bob back. Get him tattooed across the chest, and we'll be cooking on title charge. The season. Title charge.
Isn't Oscar Bob due back next year, at the end of the season, because he had an ACL, right?
No. Oscar Bob was A leg break. He's going back next month.
Yeah, he's a leg breaker, bro. That was, bro, that's sad, bro. Yeah, leg break.
End of
yeah. That ain't no joke, man. Leg breaks ain't no joke, man. But obviously, you know what I mean? Your boy Savio and that. I'm just glad Lee Gunner's not here because, boy.
I rang him as well. I rang him, bro. Savio scored. I rang him. I said, let me get Lee on the phone, yeah? And he didn't answer, man. He was out or something, so he missed it. But, yeah, listen.
Is he better on the left or the right for you?
Well, you'd think, innit, in this modern era that he'd be better on the right-hand side because he's left-footed, he can invert and cross, yeah. But I actually think, from what I've seen, he might be better on the left. And whenever I watched him at Girona last year, it was on the left. And I thought, oh, get him on the right, he'll be doing the Mares thing, but he ain't really doing the Mares thing, to be honest with you, bro. He's a bit of a weird player. So, yeah, on the left looks like his best position. I know, George, when we played you and you beat us 4-0, the first 15, 20 minutes of that game when Savio was on the left, he was causing them all sorts of problems. And then for some reason, he got moved over to the right, which was weird. So, yeah, I think left-hand side. Listen, he's only 20 years old, young kid.
Yeah,
but I think he's had a little bit too much stick off some fans this year. I think he's coming to a side which is really, really struggling. He should be getting, like, nurtured in the side, you know what I mean? Playing a few games, taken out, get to understand the rhythm of the country's football and that. But I think now, slowly, you're starting to see what he can do, man. And on that left-hand side, it's causing problems. So I'm liking it. I've got a lot of stocks in this guy, man. See what he does.
You know what's mad here? And the one thing I will give him the excuse or the benefit of the doubt. Last year, he had Gutierrez on the left here, and he had Yan Couto on the right. You, man, don't play with fullbacks. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Correct,
like Rico Lewis, and who was on the other side, Gavadio. They're not overlapping fullbacks. Gutierrez and Couto would run off him, give him that space to then do his own thing. But now he's getting. I
think that's partly one of the reasons why our wingers struggle a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because they literally like get doubled up on and they have no support.
Yeah.
You get me? So this is why, like, I think you see now what a good player Mares was, because Mares, you know, didn't always have Walker overlapping. Yeah. But Mares could deal with that 2-2-2 player, and he used to get the goals and assists. So people are starting to realize what a player Mares was for us. You know what I mean? And what a hell it was. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think I don't know about West Ham. West Ham could be tough because they have players that could really.
No, they're rubbish, man. They're rubbish.
No.
They're rubbish, man.
No. The reason is, listen, if we can beat West Ham, and make a couple of signings.
Is it away or home?
We're at home.
Okay.
If it's away, it's even easier, bro.
If we can beat West Ham and then make a few signings.
Why am I saying that?
Apparently, we've been linked with this Gonzalez kid at Porto. I don't know if any of you guys know him.
But Gonzalez, I think he plays for Porto.
No, I don't know.
Did he play against us? Right, I didn't even know that. You know, did he?
He play for Porto. Yeah, he plays for Porto.
What's he called? Gonzalez.
What position?
Spanish.
What position?
Midfielder. DM, I think.
DM.
Maybe like a 6'8" hybrid type player. I don't know. I've never seen the guy, innit?
Is that him?
Yeah, Nico Gonzalez, I think, is the guy that we're looking at. Come through the Barcelona academy. This one interested. Yeah, I think him.
Okay.
I think that's who we're looking at.
Okay.
Barca have reserved the $5 million buyback option.
Yeah, but they can't even register Olmo, innit? So
they can't register players, innit?
Honestly, I don't know if he played against United, but I remember. I don't know why you're not getting the better one, man. Is he better than Varela?
I've been told this Varela's a bit not all that, you know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I'll go get that.
I might have to start doing some Porto watch-alongs, innit, though, like you when you was doing the Sporting Lisbon watching.
Yeah.
Gonzalez watching that, so yeah.
I mean, and also you're getting linked with Mamouche, bro. If you get Mamouche,
yes, come on.
I want Mamouche, bro. That's what type of need, bro.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. He's a good player, that Mamouche, bro. Proper good player.
Yeah.
But Zubamendi's not about, is he now? You don't want to go or something. Zubamendi.
He seems like he's got a bit of a L mentality.
He didn't want to go himself.
He turned down Liverpool in the summer. And by the way, Liverpool fans, I actually said, what an idiot in the summer when he turned down Liverpool, because that's stupid. And now apparently he's doing all this. Oh, but what happens when Rodri comes back? It's like, bro, do you not back yourself at all? Like, you didn't want to go Liverpool. You don't want to come City because Rodri might come back in 6 months. Like, do you not have any chest about your own abilities? Do you know what I'm saying? I stay at Sociedad then. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really want this guy no more, to be honest with you. I think he's not.
Come on. Just because he's like, you know.
I need warriors, man. I need warriors in my midfield. This guy don't back himself.
Man, he's just, bro. Spain is bro. That lifestyle, bro. It's difficult to leave, bro, man. You know what I mean, bro? Like, honestly, bro, like that, especially if you're from the Basque region. If you're from elsewhere, I get it. The Basque region is a very special place. Atletico Bilbao, they don't leave there, and Real Sociedad, they don't leave. Many don't leave, bro. Like it's honestly, look at Illarramendi. He came from Real Sociedad, went to Real Madrid, went back to Real Sociedad. You know what I mean? So them, man, they love that area of the Basque, man. It's a very, very, you know, spiritual place for them, isn't it? Like
The thing is, he's had the opportunity to change his career now. Let's be honest now. Real Sociedad is a mid-table team in La Liga. He's been coached by two of the best teams in England and two of the best teams in world football right now. So if you get that opportunity to go play central midfield for either of those, and you're turning it down due to not having guaranteed play time, you're just not serious, and you don't trust yourself or believe in yourself to go in there, because he's guaranteed for 6 months of football, like he said at Man City, where he gets to prove himself that he can play at the level required. And then when Rodri comes back, there's going to be plenty of games, so you're going to be rotating with Rodri. He plays with Rodri in Spain, so he knows the ability. Yeah, I'm here with LB on this one, man. He just you don't want players that don't have that hunger or belief in themselves.
Yeah, 100%. And shout out to, listen, I would not have thought that the Porto fan be watching, but he said, I'm a Porto fan, and Nico is our best player alongside Samu. Varela doesn't even start anymore. Nico is fantastic. You know him, man. Done. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, bro, like for me, like fair play, man. You know what I'm saying to you? But when you look at it, overall, the year 2024 Man City, you know what I'm saying to you? You won the league, but the way it's ended, like, you know what I mean? Like, who would have thought of it, though? You know what I mean? The way obviously it started by winning the Club World Cup, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then you won the what did you win? The FA Cup, was it? What did you win?
No.
What did you win this season? You won because we beat Premier League, yeah. But then, like I said to you, like where do you look at it? Like certain players, like Grealish, the year, no goals.
We're at a point now, where we just need to, like, this era of the squad has come to an end. You know what I mean? And really, we should have started this after the treble, and we didn't. And then we should have done it this summer, and we didn't. So now we're paying the price, and it's not too dissimilar to what Popsy's got at Arsenal. You know, everyone's been saying, not just Arsenal fans, everyone's been saying for years, need Saka cover, need Saka cover, need Saka cover. We've been saying at City, need Rodri cover, need Rodri. Both of our clubs neglected this position and neglected this need and this requirement, and now both clubs have paid the price. Because Rodri's out for the season. That's basically that single-handedly has killed our title charge. Yeah. Now Saka's out for Arsenal for 3 months. That's their title done. So we've both been screwed by our board's reluctance to buy what's needed. And what's mad is, in the case of us, in the case of Arsenal, we're not even talking necessarily. I've never like Bruno or Kimmich, but like we're not talking necessarily about going and getting an £80 million player. We're just going about getting someone competent who can do the job. I said go get Kimmich in the summer. Would have cost 30 million. He had a year left on his contract. You know.
Well, Kimmich would have solved it though. I don't know if Kimmich would have solved the issue.
No. He probably wouldn't have solved the issue, but we would not have won only 2 games out of 14. And we might be 7 points behind Liverpool instead of being a de facto 17 if they win the game in hand, you know. So that's the situation, man. That's the situation. Now, Kimmich isn't dusty. What are you talking about? He's not dusty, man. Do you know what I mean? He can play right back. He can play DM. What's this guy talking about? He's dusty. You watch Bayern Munich, bro.
Can we have your say on 2024 Jack Grealish? No goals whatsoever.
Well, I'd sell him in the summer, bro.
Hey, that's crazy, man.
That was unbelievable. How did he not score a goal, man, in that Man City side?
That's crazy.
That's a disgrace, bro.
It's crazy, man.
Not a goal in any league. Nothing. And how many assists has he got?
100 million, you know.
He's got 2 assists this season. And last year, he had 3 assists. But I don't know how many of them was in 2024. It might have been like, you know.
Tobes is coming, man.
Bro,
I love this. Tobes has had this big thing.
I've got a camera problem.
Oh, hey, get back here, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because if that was any other player, we'd be saying, yo, listen, man. You know what I mean? That's shocking because at the end of the day, 100 million, you know what I'm saying to you, like, bro, we'd be absolutely crucifying if that was any player, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? But for some reason, it's just almost like, you know,
I think, to be honest with you, from my point of view, the treble year has saved him slightly for not getting absolutely rinsed. Because
do you win the
if I'm
treble
being honest,
without him, though, LB, do you win the treble without him? Like, come on, like, let's just be
I
real.
think you win the treble without him.
No, you can't ask that question. What is it? Because how do I know if we would have won it without him? You know, I don't know.
So what was a crucial game?
Was he pivotal?
He created the most chances that year in the Champions League than any like English players created ever in the Champions League or some shit like that.
So yes, then. So the answer is yes.
So maybe I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say we would have won it. We wouldn't have won it without him because how do I know that? Yeah, I'm just telling you. In my opinion, that treble season has sort of like
they don't like this conversation, City fans.
No, I'll
it.
have the conversation. I'm just saying I think that saved him from being like a complete and utter disaster. But I'd get rid of him in the summer if we can get rid of him. Get rid of him. I think it's time to move him on. Because for me now, where does he play? Because I can't lie, yeah. I'm putting my stocks in Savio now on the left. I want to play Savio, so Grealish doesn't get in the team.
So what? So okay. Let's. So when you sell him, yeah, overall, would you class him as a success or a flop? When you look at the overall,
why does it have to be the extremes?
No. Be honest. Because at the end of the day, yeah, everyone's gonna look at him, and you look at his time at Man City. You sold him, yeah. You look at his time at Man City. Would you say it's a success or it's a flop? Be honest.
I wouldn't say flop, but I'd say extremely disappointing.
That's fair.
Because, bro, how can I say flop when he won the treble, man? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
but the thing is,
flop when he won the treble, bro.
There's been so many players in our championship seasons, yeah, that have been like, yo, yeah, cool. You know what I mean? But like, you were meant to be the guy to take it to the next level, bro.
No. But I'm talking about treble. I'm talking about the treble. I'm not talking about winning.
You've set Tobes now, man. You've set Tobes.
I'm not talking about winning a league. I'm talking about the treble, bro. It was a fifth most played player in the treble year. How can I say he's not a floppy? I can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying,
bro? I can't lie.
I said I'm extremely. Listen, I was one that was buzzing. Yeah, I was one that was buzzing that when we signed him, but. I have to say, on the whole, yeah, it has been extremely disappointing. He's had one decent year out of 4 so far.
See, that's what I'm saying to you. So when you look at one decent year out of 4, you know what I mean? Then
that decent year was the treble. That's only ever been done twice in this country. So I can't sit here and say he's a flop when he's won the treble. And he's the 5th most played player that year.
It's Tobes, man. He's after you. Tobes, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Stop telling me he's not a flop. I told you this 6 months ago, and you try to argue with me. You and the rest of the Man City fans.
What is this, a call-in show, bro? Why are you giving the viewers the link, man? You know, what is this?
You see, Lewis, you and so many other Man City fans, you lot have been lying, gaslighting me to my face for years. I've been telling you this guy is a flop. If he did exactly what he did, but his shirt was red and it wasn't blue, you would not have the same energy. You need to get past the fact that Man City won a treble, as mad as that sounds, because we're talking about an individual. We're talking about an individual. He cost £100 million and he has had one decent season in 4 years. One decent season in 4 years. And even in that season when you won the treble, he wasn't the best left winger in the league. He wasn't the second best left winger in the league. He wasn't even the third best left winger in the Premier League. He wasn't even your best attacker that season. I don't care that he's playing week in, week out for you. If I said to you, name me your best 5 players from that treble-winning season, Jack Grealish would not be in your top 5. So he doesn't even make the top 5 that year. His first year was a write-off. His third year was a write-off. This year's been a write-off. And he cost £100 million. Paul Pogba gets crucified. He gets crucified.
Bro, talk to them.
For being a flop. And Paul Pogba absolutely shits on Jack Grealish's best ever for Man City. That is literally that's baby food for Paul Pogba.
Yeah, but Big Pogba win a treble.
Paid in a 6 as well. Paid in an attacking role as well.
You can't just say, Tobbs, you can't just come on here and be like, oh, you just not take into consideration the fact that he was the 5th most played player when City won the treble.
Okay. So let me tell you this. Yeah. This treble thing, right? Treble thing. You winning the treble, that's a team achievement. Jack Grealish was part of that team. We are talking about Jack Grealish as an individual. Yeah. If you took Jack Grealish out of your team that season, do you honestly believe you don't win the Champions League?
How can I say yes or no to that question? I ain't got a crystal ball, man. I don't know what would have happened.
Okay. So you can't say yes or no to that question, but you have eyes, right? You have eyes and ears. You've seen the nonsense that he served up for 80% of his Man City career, and you've heard all other different opinions. Go off what you see. If you saw what Jack Grealish has served up in a Man City shirt in any other club who didn't have the success that you would have had, what would your answer be if the question was posed to you? Has this player been a flop? Your answer would be unequivocally yes. But because he played for Man City, because he plays for Man City and Man City win titles, you can't say he's been a flop. Why can't you? I'm
not saying you can say whatever you want, innit? I'm just
sick
saying
of winning bias.
Bro, I'm saying, you say winning bias. I said he's been an extremely disappointing signing.
No.
You're winning bias, bro.
That's my problem. You're sugarcoating it. Stop saying
extremely disappointing. You're telling me extremely disappointed. Say, I'm a City fan who's won 4 titles in a row, who's part of a treble. You think me sitting here saying he's been extremely disappointed? He's sugarcoating it. How is it sugarcoating it? I'm saying he's been extremely disappointed.
So what's the difference between extremely disappointing and flop? What's the difference?
Not a lot, bro.
Has he fulfilled what you expected for £100 million? Forget even about the flipping fee for a second. The fee was egregious to begin with. But has he fulfilled what you expect of a Man City attacker?
No, he's not. No, but he was.
So then how is he not a flop?
But he was a significant. He was a significant part of the team that won the treble. He was a significant part of the team.
LB, by your logic, Fernando Torres not a flop at Liverpool, not a flop at Chelsea. Timo Werner not a flop at Chelsea, right?
Well,
they
hang on a minute.
They contributed to their teams in the Champions League, right?
What we're doing here? Yeah, I'm saying how many games did Torres play that season?
What do you mean? How many games did Torres play that season? He played
Grealish
several games for Chelsea. He played several games for Chelsea.
Most played player. He was on the pitch pretty much every single game that year.
By your logic, Timo Werner and Fernando Torres, they are not flops at Chelsea.
You know what, Toad? I've said this about this Grealish discourse for the last couple of years, right? To have one good season in 5, he has been a flop at Man City in a Man City shirt. For me, Jack Grealish made the wrong career decision. I understand the lazy comeback is, but he won trophies. He's going there for maybe higher wages and to win trophies. But that was to the detriment of his career because in a manager that Pep, he's not going to allow you to express yourself. I said the minute he signed for City, I said, you know what? He's going to win multiple Premier Leagues. He's probably going to win a Champions League with them. He's going to win everything his heart desires. But from a personal standpoint, he won't get to the levels he wants to get to. I knew this would be the outcome. I don't think he's a bad player. He's one of my favourite players. But he is a flop at Man City. You have to call it out for what it is. He just is.
But we're not giving no credit for the treble, what he did in the treble year.
Bro, I swear down, bro. I'm not looking at him for the treble. I'm not.
You know what? I know chances created could be flawed, but I think he created the most even in that Champions League campaign. That's a trophy he's never won. I'll give him credit for that season. But if you look at his tenure at Man City overall, as a whole, 1 in 5 years, that is a flop. And I love Grealish. She's one of my favorite players.
Made the wrong career choice, man.
It is.
Yeah, made the wrong career choice.
Bro, Roms, so this is what I was trying to say because like we're treating Jack Grealish like he's some kid. Jack Grealish was one of the best players in the league before he joined Man City. We're not talking about some small boy here. He was badding up this league. So when you see what he was doing at Aston Villa, of course, the instruction, the demands at Man City is different. But when you see the impact that he had on Aston Villa, and then you see what he's been reduced to at Man City, how the hell am I meant to look at that and objectively say this is good? I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing. And when I've been saying this for years, man keep painting it as agenda. I have no reason to have an agenda against Jack Grealish. I don't hate the brother. He was one of my favourite players before he joined Man City.
It's like a disappointment, isn't it? Yeah, it's a disappointment.
It's pure disappointment. And I remember, Saeed, you remember on the Big Six when I said it? I said, this guy, they don't need Jack Grealish. Before that, I said, Man City don't need Jack Grealish. I don't really understand this signing. Like, you're signing a player that you fundamentally do not need. And then when we're holding him to a standard that is comparable to players of years gone by at Man City, I remember the vim that Man City fans spoke about Raheem Sterling. Jack Grealish has not even sniffed 1/10 of what Sterling did in the Man City.
I know, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Then you look at Riyad Mahrez, Leroy Sané. You look at wingers that Man City have had. The levels that they've set. Jack Grealish doesn't come anywhere near the standard. Doesn't come anywhere near.
I've never said that. Yeah, but no City fan has ever sit here and gone, he's better than Mahrez, he's better than Sterling, he's better than Sané.
But then do you not think these things? I'm not saying that you said that. I'm saying that he costs more than all of these players. He came with a reputation to deliver, and he's completely failed. And the fact that he can't even get near any of your options that have played on the flanks for City in previous years, even Phil Foden on the left in the season when you lot won the title off Liverpool in the 2021 season. I've not seen even that level of performance from Jack Grealish. I've not on the flanks, not on the flanks. So yes,
Yeah.
Lewis. Yes,
I hear Tottenham like him, Tobes. They're taking a look at him.
Yeah, apparently,
I don't want him. He's used goods. He's used goods.
It's finished. It's finished. Keep him away from us.
No,
yeah. Stay away.
No, thank you.
Let me get these,
my last point on this. My last point on this.
Yeah, go on, Thomas.
My last point on this. Yeah, with Jack Grealish, right? I just think with these big teams, football fans have a tendency to just sweep stuff under the rug because the teams are winning, and maybe it's because my team doesn't win trophies. So like I have to look at this from both lenses. But I think it's a really, really bad way of looking at football. It really is. It's so flawed. Like the fact that you can't analyze players fairly because one plays for a team that's winning trophies versus the other that's not winning trophies is flawed. You need to get out of that mindset and just judge these players objectively.
Wait, Toad, I need to ask you a question. One thing you just said, I want to challenge. Wouldn't you have a Jack Grealish in an Ange system where he's allowed to express himself? You wouldn't take Jack Grealish in your system?
No, I wouldn't because Jack Grealish.
I don't think he knows how to express himself anymore.
I wouldn't.
No, he does. I think he would cook at Spurs. I think he would absolutely cook at Spurs.
I don't use one as a measurement because he's shit.
Do you know anytime there's any Grealish founder, just know Tobes is gonna be there.
You know what it is, with Jack Grealish, like the talent. If you said, "Oh, we're getting Aston Villa's Jack Grealish," I'll take him in a heartbeat. But at 20, what is he? 29 years old now.
Yeah, nearly 30.
He ain't got the same knock that he had years ago, and he's gonna command excessive wages. I would much rather go for like a hungrier talent who's more of a 1v1 profile. Like Jack Grealish, I think I know he plays left wing, but he's basically like a left attacking mid. He's a playmaker, right?
Yeah.
I don't see him as this 1v1 guy. I feel like you're just minimalizing what he was doing at Aston Villa if you just say, okay, I'm receiving the ball wide on the left and I need to cook my marker. That wasn't really what he was doing regularly when he was badding up the league at Aston Villa anyway. He was getting multiple touches of the ball. He's allowed to drift centrally. Like, that's not really what you see from an Ange Postecoglou winger per se, and that's why we're suffering when we have Son there, when we have Brennan Johnson there. Jack Grealish at this stage of his career, it's not it for me. Spurs need to go and scout properly and get a hungry left winger who can actually come and give us what we need.
Yeah. Do you know what, Toad? What you just described, Jack Grealish, there's a game that epitomizes, and I hate to say it, but when they beat us 7-2, literally everything you just said, that game epitomizes what Jack Grealish is about because he wasn't really coming in from the left. He was everywhere. He was in the central roles. Sometimes he was just out to the left, but maybe in your system he wouldn't. Right? Maybe you got a point. But I don't like this FIFA notion that you hit 30 and you're done. If anything,
no.
That's not even what I'm saying.
His game.
That's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying him specifically. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. It doesn't look. I don't even think it's a football team anymore. I just feel like he's just checked out. I don't really want a player who's checked out. Like Tottenham are.
And the thing with him, Roms, as well.
Don't you think a new environment?
Yeah, but why is that? But a new environment,
bro, this is a guy that's with half opinion. You're saying a new environment. You want to bring Jack Grealish down to London, that environment, a London environment where he's going to be allowed to go out.
No. He's going to be out.
You want to bring him to London where you want to bring him to London where the party lifestyle's better, the glamour is better, and you're bringing him to a club where there isn't that expectation to win. He's gonna be a bigger fish in a smaller pond, but where's the motivation? I don't really see Jack Grealish coming to Tottenham.
You got a good point. I didn't think of it like that. I did not.
Villa won't take him anyway, Mukhtar. I don't think Villa will take him right now.
Villa will take him now.
They want to
see what he did to their fans after the game.
I know exactly.
There's no way they're taking.
Let me get these super chats in. Big up to Phil, says, who lasts longer, Ange or my Christmas lights? Big up Midday, City fan, I believe, says, who knew playing the youth works? LB, that bald man was on thin ice. Get us Bayena, a centre back, right back, and CDM who could properly cook then. Top four.
Bro.
Wait, this is Nadir that wants Pep. Nadir wants Pep gone, innit? I think he said last week he wants him.
Super doable. Easy talk. The day also says, also City always got this thrown at them. Liverpool is making the league boring, winning in January. Why watch the Premier League shit? Did I do that, right, rivals? George, he still improved his last season. And who was better at City, Grealish or Jesus? But that's shit versus shit, man. Like, bro, allow that, man. You get me? Let's move on. Guys, there's 2,000 people in the building, yeah? Everyone hit the like button, people, man. Let's get this to 1,000 likes ASAP, people. Let's talk a Liverpool, man. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool. You know what I mean? Broski, man. Like, I don't know why I didn't watch long yesterday, man. But yeah, man.
Keep doing them, Saeed.
Bro. You lot, I swear down, man. You lot are just... It's crazy, bro. But you lot smash West Ham. Mo Salah is absolutely flying it right now. But before that, talk about your team, Liverpool, man. Roms, man. Killing it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, my prediction for that game was, I think, 3-1. I knew it would be comfortable, but I didn't think it would be that emphatic. I know people can say West Ham are bad, this, that, and other, but they hadn't lost in their past 4, and we've got a history of kind of struggling at the London Stadium, so I wasn't just taking it for granted. But the way we and the thing is, it took us quite a while to break the deadlock, but you just knew it was coming, and you knew when the first one went in, anyone that watched that game, the floodgates would open. We're exceptional right now, honestly, exceptional, and you can speak about the forward line, Salah doing what Salah's doing, Diaz coming into form. But I want to give McAllister a special mention because this is my favourite midfielder. I know Gravenberch will get the plaudits this season because he's kind of the midfielder that didn't play last season. He's kind of like the shiny new toy that has adapted to a role that a lot of our fans didn't think he could do, and he's excelled at it. But McAllister, for me, he ran that game. Everything that came through him. When he wanted to speed up play, he sped up play. When he wanted to slow it down, he slowed it down. His ball retention, his interceptions, it was just amazing that game. And I can't lie. I genuinely think, I like to keep my feet on the ground. I think we actually win this league by maybe a 5-6 point margin. I think we end up winning it comfortably because unless we get a mad injury, I don't really know who stops us. I know after United, we've got the Bournemouth and we've got Forest away. Both them games will be tough, by the way. I actually go fast to say we might even drop points in one of them. But I just look around us. I feel like I'm sounding like LB at the start of the season now. But I look around.
Bro, do it, please.
Halimi, bro. Get the screen recording.
I look around us. I look at the way Chelsea play, and I said to Don, Chelsea will drop points, silly points to silly teams, and it would happen. And we will drop points, but Arsenal and Chelsea will just drop more. And I just think with Salah in form, I know we've got the contract issues, and I know rival fans will say that could be a detriment to your season. You don't really want that lingering around in a title race, and you don't. But I look here at the flip side. Even if they do go, they're going to want to bow out on a high. No, I am doing it violent. I genuinely think we win this league. And this panel know I'm quite balanced, but I look at the rest of the teams around us, and I just think
you're going to walk the league, man. Come on, what we doing here? I told you guys 4 or 5 weeks ago Liverpool have won this league, man. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but LB, we've got PTSD. It's easy for you to say that. You've called us PTSD. We're not just going to come
I'm telling you now, yeah. When I watch Liverpool, they are the most balanced side in this league. Yeah, they don't concede goals and they score a shitload of goals. They've got a mint midfield which has a mix of energy, pace, power. They've got a little bit of guys with McAllister in there, Curtis Jones, who I really like. I think is a good player as well. Do you know what I mean? They've got Salah, and by the way, I told you guys to lump on this guy, Ballon d'Or, because he's got this locked up, already. Yeah, they've got Slot who's come in there. And I've cooked it up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Questions about Klopp now, we will be there to make it a little bit awkward for Roms. Do you know what I mean? But Liverpool have got this. They've got this done now. The only way they don't win this league, is if Salah gets injured or Van Dijk gets injured. Otherwise, they have smoked it. They'll win this league by a country mile, 10, 15 points, easy. And they got a bus parade in April.
Oh, LB, I wouldn't go that far. It'll be 5 to 10. It won't be 10 to 15.
Who from 5 to 10 points will be a bit behind you? No one.
LB, why wouldn't they win it? Why wouldn't they win it if Salah gets injured? Because they have the best attack, like I say, the most balanced team in the league. So
I still think they'll win it even if Salah gets injured. But like Salah right now, he's the best player in the world. Yeah. So if you take him out the side, like we have to expect some sort of drop. But he is now the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, 100%.
He gets so much disrespect, man. Salah, for me, so much disrespect over the years. I don't understand where people have these question marks about Mo Salah. For me, it's absolutely ludicrous for anyone to have question marks about why this guy should be like where he should be. In my opinion, I think the guy is ridiculous right now. I would say he's on the best form I've ever seen him. And I've seen him on
Yes.
unbelievable levels.
Yes,
I look
man.
at him right now and I think, I don't remember a season like this where he's just blitzing the team. And he's 32
First-
and it
first
doesn't even
season.
look like...
Do you know
First
why I've
season-
done? Yeah, I'll be
First
honest.
season was mad.
I
First
feel like
season
he
was
gets questioned because the way that he plays football is not pretty on the eye. Let's be honest. Look at the way he scored.
I disagree, Joe.
No,
I
look at
don't
the way he
get
got
this.
that assist
No,
for
I
Gakpo
don't get this crap.
yesterday,
I don't
The way
understand
the
this.
ball goes through and they're going to make it seem like Salah meant to do a nutmeg there. It's just a bit of
No.
luck. It falls to him
This is
again
what I
and he
mean.
plays
This
it
is what I
through and
mean.
it's like, this is
So it's
genius.
fans like you, George, who I don't get. What is not pretty about seeing Salah running down the
I've
wing?
never rated Salah. I've been very
Absolutely.
consistent on it. I'll
Running
be
down the
honest.
wing.
You
I
never
don't get it,
rated
man.
Salah.
Never. I've
I
never.
don't
No,
get
look,
it.
I rate it. I think
That's
it's
a
great.
wild statement. I've never rated
You
Salah.
take him in a heartbeat at your club. You take him in a
No,
heartbeat.
I think no one can deny how good he is. That's my. But when I mean I've never rated him, I just mean like for me, I've never put him as the best because the way that I watch him, when I see him play,
You're an
I'm
aesthetics
just
merchant.
not moved by Salah.
That's
I'm
what
never
you are.
moved
You're
by
an
Salah.
aesthetics
What is it you
merchant.
don't
That's
like?
wild.
I'm
What
not
do you mean
saying
you're not
I'm
moved?
not
He,
saying-
he wants to see the nice flow. He wants to see Salah flowing and do the ballerina thing. Yeah,
I want
the
to see
guy's
a
got
footballer
goals,
actually
man.
be technical. He's just not technical. That's
Who
what
gives
it
a
is. And
shit?
when he does
How many
it-
goals assists
some of
this
the
guy
things
got
he
this
does,
year?
some of the things
Do
he
you,
does,
do
I'm
you,
just
do
looking
you
at it, I'm
honestly
like,
believe,
how?
George, do you honestly believe that Liverpool fans
Oh,
at Anfield
gosh,
sitting there
man.
going, if only this guy was more aesthetically pleasing, we'd have
I
some
Yeah,
don't
man,
think they're
bro.
saying that.
You don't
Liverpool fans
care,
shouldn't
man.
say that.
He's
I'm
banging
really
his
being-
goals.
I'm
Yeah.
really telling you my fault.
That's because his numbers. That's because his numbers on a different level though. But LB, you've had a winger on your side that's had the flair as well as the GA, bro, in Mares, right? For me, when you look at him, there's a debate there whether he's better than Salah or not. In terms of numbers, Salah clears him, of course, but Mares used to put up numbers as well, bro.
As a footballer, yes. Mahrez's problem is that he was in a side that he didn't start every week because we had Bernardo, we had Foden coming through, and he was rotated. But Salah gets spammed week in, week out. But Salah puts up the numbers.
Where do we draw the line, man? We have to draw the line between aesthetics here and obviously
when your numbers are ridiculous, like
when your numbers
Haaland's
are
have been.
not yeah.
So when Haaland, so people, so 2 years ago when Haaland broke all the records, and people said, "Oh, he can't win Ballon d'Or because he's not a good footballer."
Yeah.
It gets to a point where if your numbers are just a complete and utter joke, you have to just be like, "Yo."
I feel like he's at that point, Lewis. We all,
I have to do
again,
that.
no one, I'm
I'm
not disrespecting Salah, and I don't think Don is disrespecting Salah. We all respect, and again, we've got to the point where you have to just say Salah's a great player. No one can deny him being the best player in the world right now, 100%. But again, he's never going to get
The numbers are
like
joke.
you said.
The numbers are joke.
He's never going to get the full plaudits
ridiculous.
because of the fact that when you watch him play, he just doesn't do that.
No. You can't do that, George. He'll never get the full plaudits from people like you, yeah. Because you value him looking better on the
people
ball.
like me, it's because I've never. The thing is here, LB, obviously we're not being streamed for this one, but I've maintained this opinion for about 6 or 7 years. You'll probably go and ask Hussam. We was having debates 4 years ago on Football Wars of who's better, Son and Salah, because that's how much of I didn't rate Salah. I've just never been.
Obviously, Salah is better.
I remember. I do. It was crazy.
People need to realize, that like, listen, we all view football differently, right? And we've all got preferences, right? Me, Jules, and Roms, I've heard Jules speak about this as well. We clearly prefer. Listen to the word, people. We prefer wingers that have natural ability, flary wingers, but can also put up numbers as well. When people hear you say aesthetics and that, they think in their head it means you don't want no numbers, bro. Of course I want numbers. I don't want a winger to be giving me all the flair and that and be like St. Maximum with 0 end products, bro. Right?
Yeah.
I want a winger that can do all of that and give me numbers, bro. That's why I love the likes of Neymar.
You would take Mahrez over Salah, right?
I probably would, yeah.
I hear that shout, yeah, but like
that's a fair shout.
What I don't hear is like you're making it out, yeah. And what I'm just saying to you,
look what you've done here, man. What are you doing, George, man? What is this, man?
It's like Royal Rumble.
You sort of making it out like Salah. I don't get the point that you're making.
No, the point that I'm making is that
I don't get it. I don't get what you like.
I hear the Mahrez over Salah.
We respect it. LB, we respect what numbers Salah have put up. Like I've said, even with me with Saka, I always say Saka's numbers are inevitable. That doesn't mean that I put him on a mad pedestal the way certain people do. Like Salah, I respect him because of the numbers, yes. But overall, in terms of his footballing ability, there's others that I'm taking before him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Premier League, in the Premier League, who are you taking right winger? Come on, let him answer.
Right now, bro. Of course, Salah's the best right winger right now.
No, all time. Go give me some names.
Bro, I think Mahrez.
Hazard. Okay, I hear the Mahrez.
Salah's numbers clear him, but I think Mahrez is a better player. If Mahrez went to Liverpool,
So
I
Mahrez,
think it's CR7 over Ronaldo.
You said LB that Mahrez wasn't starting every game, whereas Salah was
no,
starting.
bro. We give you Mahrez. Next player, bro. We need another player.
Ronaldo.
Okay, Ronaldo's a good
You take
shout.
Ronaldo, innit? You take
Ronaldo.
Okay.
You mean Ronaldo? Yes, man. You know what I mean? Say it with conviction.
Who else? That's
Ronaldo. I take Ronaldo. Yeah.
I want to hear the names, man. Who else?
Right wingers. He clears a lot of them, though.
People are saying
Who?
Bale.
What we're doing here, then, bro? You've got 2 players.
That shows you that we're rating him, though. That shows that we rate him, bro.
So why the need to bring it? Why the need to bring him down by saying, "Oh, but aesthetically and all this kind of shit"? Bro, you've managed to name 2 players in the Premier League history.
No,
you put
we didn't feel the need to bring him down.
But you are bringing him down, man.
Dan mentioned the point that he doesn't get why people think this way. So I just responded and said, "This is why we think this way."
You know why
we brought him down? We didn't just went to go punch him while he's down.
George, let me rebut with this as well, because Pop said people disrespect. It's not that, and I've argued with my fan base all the time with this. What will happen is you say you prefer another player to him, and people all of a sudden say you're calling him bad. It's not that. You've simply just said, I prefer this player to Salah. And then it's like apples and oranges. You say, I like oranges. What do you mean apples are bad? No. I didn't say apples are bad.
Do you know, can I ask this question, yeah? Why? Can I ask a question, though? Why does every single Salah debate, always end up we feel like we have to I don't know, man. It's like we can't give Salah his flowers only. We always have to go.
I agree.
It's true, though, man. Why is it?
They're coming for Henry next. I hope you know that. They're coming for Henry next, right?
I don't get it, man. Can we just give Salah his flowers and let's leave it as that, bro?
I agree.
That's it.
Give the guy's flowers.
I don't. For me, it's but it's not my sort of. I give him credit.
I'd rather have some.
Just give him credit.
We can give him credit, but then we see things like we saw over the time over the weekend. Oh, he's coming for the Premier League GOAT status. Is he being compared to Henry now? And we're just bro, man. What are we doing here? That's literally the justification of when Liverpool, this isn't Twitter, this is Liverpool fans say, because we remember when they won the league and they said they had the best player they had in every position was the best.
George, don't involve me in this.
That's better than Terry and that as well. Apparently, he's the goal.
We'll debate that. We'll debate that on your channel because he is. That's one player that is.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, with Salah, listen,
when did that debate happen?
Bro, I'm not trying to say that Salah's better than Henry because Henry is better than Salah, but if a Liverpool fan wants to have that conversation, do you not think that it's even worthy of debate when the guy's been putting up these numbers?
It's not warranted.
It is worthy of a debate. It is worthy of a debate. But
because
Henry's not worthy of debate. Yeah, pull up this, Saeed, on screen, please.
Yeah, okay. Shit, man. Make it a bit bigger.
Okay, I'll zoom in,
Yeah.
So I know football's not all about numbers, right? But when you see these numbers, you're telling me that a Liverpool fan, I'm not even a Liverpool fan, but you're telling me that a Liverpool fan's not even allowed to have the conversation.
It's mad, isn't it? I don't get it, man.
It's not even allowed to have a conversation.
No.
You know
what? Because LB, let me tell you this: the numbers look great, but then when you compare, because what we all do here, we all talk about trophies, and that's what you gauge a team. When then you look at the trophy return, you say, Henry got this many league titles. My man's got this many league.
What did Henry win?
And you look at Henry's numbers. Henry's numbers are just as impressive.
What did Henry?
He's been here for 9 or 10 years as well.
No, George, you're telling us that that Liverpool fans are not even allowed to have a conversation about it.
For Henry, they're not.
Not that they can say that.
They're not.
If it was a Premier League, it was a Champions League as well.
There's no comparison.
They're not allowed to have a conversation.
There's no comparison, LB. I don't think
they shouldn't be having a conversation because we don't need to do the stats thing. We all watched both players play. They were both tremendous.
No, I agree, but I just think to say that they're not allowed to have
a debate. Do you know what, LB? Do you know what,
we don't need to disrespect Mo Salah, but we shouldn't be having conversations with Henry, man. Come on.
That one is here or there, Tobes, isn't it? I don't know where it's. The thing is, for me, go on. We haven't let you speak. You know what you speak.
You know what you said earlier, why can't we just give him his plaudits? Some people in the chat might disagree. I always big up. He's played for my club. He's given me some of the best moments ever, right? But what will then happen, and I'm just not going to agree with a narrative just because I support a club. What will then happen? I always applaud it, Salah. Then people say, oh, a Liverpool fan will say to me, oh, he's better than Henry now, or he's better than his player. And it's like, no, I'm not just going to succumb to that just because that's the narrative of our fan base. I still think the players like Henry and Hazard, I prefer. Then they'll be like, you're disrespecting Salah. It's like, no. I've just bigged him up. I've just given him his plaudits, but I just prefer others. People see you preferring another player as disrespect. It's not that. You just prefer one to another. That's it. That's
because Salah's not the only great player we've seen, bro. Like Salah's not the only great. Like yes, we respect the numbers, but I've seen other great players that play in the Prem as well, bro. That I prefer over him. It's as simple as that, you know. Yeah. But people want to force you to put him as number one. People want to force you to rate him more than
every day, Don. No.
I don't get involved in that Hazard and Salah debate because for me, there's no numbers that Salah can put up that can ever make me rate him more than Hazard. Nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I can never rate him more than Hazard.
I agree.
Never, bro. You know what I mean? I respect the numbers, 110%, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But Don, they'll see that as disrespect. They'll see that as disrespect just because you have a preference. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
I think the one thing that we can give to Salah, for me, as a guy that's again not rated him so highly, but
I think he can.
Over the years, he's managed. The fact that he's managed to improve over the years, and at this age, still put up the performances and numbers he is mad. And you've got to give him a preference at 33 to continue to still get better and put up better numbers than you would
32,
4 years ago. He's still got better numbers than he did in his prime. It's mad. It is definitely mad. You got to give
this question here. Let me just get this question from Jamie Football Phillips. Chat said, "Can I ask a question, please? If Salah not talented like a lot, say why doesn't every right winger get the numbers he gets every year? Plus, he was doing this at Roma as well.
Ballerina merchants, bro. Trust me, this is what it is.
But this whole talent thing, Salah
doesn't make sense.
This whole talent thing, though, Salah is incredibly talented, but
he's talented, man.
There are players that were just of a higher talent level, though. Like I don't really.
I don't think talent's the right word. We're talking about technical ability with these players.
Don't do this, man.
No, but we're saying the technical ability is higher on some of these wingers. I just don't think he's that technical.
Doesn't mean that they're less talented.
I thought it to a much greater degree.
This guy, for me, walks into a Premier League 11. I'm just going to say it. I think he's ridiculous. 7 years consistently putting up the numbers he's done.
Yeah.
Nah, man. That's just mad. I don't know anyone else doing this. It's crazy. I don't understand it.
Do you know what it's for? Longevity can be measured in different ways because a lot of people just automatically think, yeah, if you do it past your 30s. But what Hazard was doing at 19, winning leagues in a Lille team, and then the most sought out after winger, I think City, United, Chelsea, they all wanted him. Salah wasn't doing what Hazard was doing in the early parts of their career. So for me, you have to go.
Salah was trying to learn from him. Salah was trying to learn from him. I was seeing Salah
people do this thing. Oh, one's playing with soccer able than that. Yes, Salah longevity wise, if you're going to go past their 30s, just Salah wins that. But if you go when they're younger now, Hazard has a bigger sample size. This is what I mean. You have to be careful with these debates. You have to.
Yeah. Do you know what I will say? Yeah, to all you guys defending Salah and defending his stats and so on, I'll remember this when we have Kane debates. I'm just gonna say.
Well, what?
No. Kane didn't win fuck all though.
No, I'm just saying I'm gonna remember the stats because you love stats. You love numbers. I'm gonna remember this when we talk about Kane being one of the best strikers in the league. When we talk about numbers, that's what we're gonna do.
Kane has been one of the best strikers in the league.
I don't think Kane's one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the Premier League, though. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think he's not. He hasn't won anything.
He's not won anything, has he?
No, he's not won anything, but still, you can still say he's one of the best strikers we've ever seen.
Guy fled to Bayern Munich just so he had a trophy to put on his fireplace when he retires, bro. That's the truth. Like, we all know that's the truth, bro. Like, but listen, he's a striker, isn't it? Like,
bro, you know what? Yeah, like I said, there's this discourse about Salah every single time. You know what I mean? But listen, he's putting the numbers. I don't know. Will he break the record for 2020? Because obviously there's the.
I think 20, he does. That's
20 goals, 20 assists.
I think he's seven off the assist record to match it, to break it. I think it's 8, and the 20 for me. He's probably going to get 30 league goals this season. If he stays injury free, he'll probably have. I think his first season was 32 goals. He can match that or better that. The rate he's scoring at is I think he's the first player to score an assist in 8 different games in a campaign. I see it yesterday, and I think if he scores or assists in another 2 more games, he's the first player to do it in I think 13 consecutive. He's breaking records weekly. He's generally breaking records weekly. But I think he does the 20. I'll go as far to say he does the 2020 probably by the end of Feb. I'll go as far to say that with the rate he's scoring
easy. He's going to get Ballon d'Or. He's going to get Ballon d'Or. Liverpool will win the league. He's going to get Ballon d'Or next year.
Bro,
You
don't
lot know
have
as
to
well.
look
You lot know as well. I think we win Champions League. I said it at the start of the season. I'm not changed my argument. I said on Midday Live in the summer. I think we win the Champions League as well.
I need to see Liverpool play someone serious first, bro. For that.
Surely.
Oh yeah, I forgot LB. We've not played anyone.
Surely, wait, Roms, hold on. Surely Slot can't do that in phase 1. How's that possible?
Yeah, you're right.
Are we having Klopp debates soon about Klopp v Slot, bro?
I'm not doing that shit yet. I'm not doing
Come
that
on,
shit
man.
yet.
We can't have Roms just sitting here, just loving life, bro.
To get that squad from, man. And look who he was competing against as well, man. Like, come on, man. We got to give.
But what I will say though, what I will say, you don't know my opinion on Trent. I've come on your show, Potts. I've come on your show. I'll be said it many times. I do think he's gone. Yesterday he did a celebration after he scored, and he basically said a lot of people are talking. I still think he's gone. I think we tie up the other two, Van Dijk and Salah. But my only problem with this is FSG are going to use this as you got your 2 contracts now. Let's not improve the squad. We still need a DM and we still need a left back, in my opinion, because as much as we won 5-0 yesterday, if you saw Robbo, the first 5-10 minutes, he's still a bit shaky. Kudus was getting success on that right. He's making a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. So I still think we need a DM and a left back. But what FSG will do is say, we've tied 2 of your best players down. That's it now. Kind of pull the wool over our eyes, and we still need additions in January, in my opinion. Still, and yeah, I still think we need additions.
I agree.
Yeah.
Bro, like I said, man, honorable mention to McAllister yesterday. I thought he was quality. Curtis Jones, you know what I mean? So yeah, listen, man.
Can I give another player a shout out here? My favorite forward, Diogo Jota. I know Toes isn't really a big fan of him.
No. Roms, don't get it twisted. I actually like Jota. I think he's a good player. I just didn't like Grizz doing all this nonsense prop and going over the top and pretending he's an out and out number 9. He's not. He can't do the job of other number 9s, but he can bag goals. So
I think the thing is here. A lot of people feel like they don't judge his hold up and whatnot. But I think out and out 9. If you just leave him in a box, Fox in a box, I think he is an out and out 9. But if you're saying he doesn't have the attributes of holding up, linking up into play, that I will agree with you.
Yeah,
if you just need him to back.
That was it. You
need him to back. He's there, and if he stays fit, him and Salah together, it's over. It's because I know Fosun and Diaz for me. I said to you, look, Diaz on the wing. It was a bit hot and cold personally for me. This false 9, bro, where he's dragging defenders don't know whether to engage, they don't know whether to stand off, and his numbers are getting high again because Diaz went, I think, 9 or 10 games without returning, and that was on the left. For me, Gakpo staked his claim now, and I'll go as far to say when Jota's back and firing, he starts for us. It's not a Nunes in that middle. It's Jota. I would go as far to say Gakpo's made that position his own. It's Gakpo, Jota, and Salah once Jota's fully fit. Because we keep him fit. I've always said he'll get 20+ league goals for me easily.
No.
He's the most natural finisher at the club, man.
But he's not going to stay. He's not going to stay fit though. That's the problem.
I know, and that's the problem. That is the problem. It's annoying. But yeah.
Couple of super chats that have come in. Aston, would he take Drogba or Suarez?
Would I take Drogba or Suarez?
Yeah.
Do you know how many finals I saw Drogba scoring, bro? I'm not going to swap them around. But I've always said, like, for me, when it comes to natural ability, I'd say 06 onwards, Suarez is the closest that I've seen to Hazard in terms of natural ability. I thought Suarez was cold, bro. And I think if he stayed in the Prem longer, you know, Arsenal, if they bidded a little bit more, we could have seen, you know, someone doing madness here. But Suarez was cold. I think he's better. He's definitely a better player than Drogba. But in terms of those big moments that Drogba gave me, bro, I can't swap them. Them.
Big up Craig Thomas. He says, even as a United fan, his top 5 wingers for me in the league has seen unplayable at his best. Fair play, you know what I mean? United fan giving credit there. Good night. Topal says, Henry Hazard tapes made us fall in love with football. Red Gorilla says Salah has the highest scoring African in the Premier League. Premier League history, the Egyptian king. Would you say Salah's the best African player we've ever seen in the Premier League?
That's
you know what I mean?
man. Because now
Drogba,
you're hearing
Mane,
Yaya Toure, man. You know what I mean?
Yaya Toure.
Yeah, Toure's peak was unbelievable, bro. That guy was doing some crazy shit.
Obviously, in terms of the longevity, yeah, he is, yeah.
13-14, he was.
You're talking about like the best ever that we've seen. Toure, man, was.
I'll probably say Toure.
He was tearing up people. Yeah, I'd say Toure.
I think he's up there, man. He's up there, man. But yeah, big up to you, bro. Nadir says, as a City fan, he's a flop, Grealish. But that's on him, not City. Grealish didn't have the balls to come to the table and eat. He just wanted to be a waiter. Wow.
Big
Some
facts.
bars there, bro. Some bars. Big up my guy Sue said, big up Saeed the panel on the community. Let's give him the likes. 2.2K watching. Let's get to 1K likes. Yeah, man. Big up my guy Suge, man, each and every time. There is literally 2.2K watching, not even 1,000 likes. So please, guys, hit the like button. And we're going to move over to the mighty Spurs. George, man. Your attack.
Good night, guys, man. Thank you. Good stream.
Nah, man. Are you by the way, George, yeah? Are you like Ange or like are you just like
No, I'm not Ange. I feel like a lot of Spurs fans are very emotional at the moment. Understandably, we're in a very poor run of form. We have been. It's been a poor, say, 2 months. But I'm not as emotional as some fans. I'm not going to sit here and after a few losses, but I get this manager out of my club.
No, hold on a minute. It's 9 losses. No, don't say after a few. It's 9 losses.
Yeah, it's 9 losses in the league, but I'm talking about a few losses in a row, innit? Like you obviously, it's been building up. The last 5 games at home, you guys are shaking your heads like you want to. This is what people want. They want me to crash out. They want me to go mad. They want the reaction of.
No, I want you to say I want to stay forever. That's what I want you to say. I want you to say I want to keep this guy forever. I think he's brilliant. I want to stay another 10 years.
I say the exact same to you, Pops, man. I want you to keep Arteta same way.
Well, listen, I must say Arteta. You know my thoughts on Arteta, right? You know my thoughts on Arteta. But I can't believe you're sitting there saying you want to keep this guy. What are you expecting to happen? You know, you've seen with your own eyes. You've seen the evidence, bro. This guy plays one-way football. It's awful. He's literally got no other answer, no other plan B, George. You're going to win a few games and get all hyped and gassed, like all the Tottenham fans do, and then you're going to start losing games again. 50% your chance. You're going to float around 10th or 11th this season, bro. It's crazy. And there's Tottenham fans believing this guy's going to come through.
We are floating around those positions, but I feel like it's been fair to say that if you look at our form over the last 10 games, it's been in concurrent with us having a lot of injuries. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that we didn't lose some games before the injuries. We did lose some. Let me finish. Let me
Lies. You're lying.
You're lying.
You're a liar. And the thing is, we were in the same group chat. You're a liar. You're a liar. If you dare try and insinuate that this is just the injury thing, then you are lying. You're lying.
Piece of crap in midfield. You get onto Grealish. I want you to have the same energy for Madison because Madison, time in, time out, shies away from the responsibility to carry us. Time in, time out. In the game, like yesterday, when he comes on for half hour, he's supposed to be a super sub and impact, but he does nothing. He just floats in and around the pitch.
Your best player against us.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Your best player against us, and he gets good talk.
Continue.
He was the best player for 40 minutes because he scored a goal. He wasn't our best player on the pitch against Liverpool. He was poor that game. He just scored a goal.
He got hurt. He got hurt.
No, wrong. Let him finish.
He doesn't do enough to impact the game state. So let me actually finish. So what I was actually going to get onto, before we went on the thing about Madison, I get why people want the manager out, innit? He hasn't done enough tweaks in the system to show that he can adjust in some of these bigger games. But like we saw yesterday, when he does make these tweaks, you don't have the players to make those tweaks. You don't have the right profiles of players and the personnel who are actually going to go out there and perform that. When I watch the game yesterday, I'm looking at Basuma doing the number 6 role like he's been trying to do for the past 3 months, and he's shit. He's shit. The manager's being forced to use this guy and play him in that role because that's all we got. We lack the options to make the changes that I feel like required for Ange to even change the system or make the right tactical tweaks for us to play better. The personnel is the biggest problem, and the personnel has been the problem at Spurs. And sacking the manager just is not the way. You can sack the manager, and we're going to get around to the same point. 12 months' time, we'll be in the same position where we're talking about Spurs being consistently inconsistent, not performing, and it's going to be because the players aren't good enough. I'm just being real. Can
I quickly respond? Because I know obviously it's your club. You can have
go for it.
George, my problem with Spurs fans, not specifically total or not, but when you're saying it's a personnel problem, I watch quite a lot of Spurs, right? And even when you've had your starting players, I don't see much differences. I look at the Ipswich games, I look at the Palace's game. When you have your pretty much your starting 11 fit, and it's still the same teething issue. So when you say personnel, you can't use that. You can't use that.
Because I've maintained from prior to when we had the summer window, I said straight after when we come out on here, you go after. So sorry. When we come out of some window, I said we don't have enough squad. We don't have enough squad depth to be able to get through the season. We cut our squad, made it smaller than it was last year, and we're doing playing 4 competitions, playing 2 games a week. We don't have the squad to maintain that. So unfortunately, we're being forced to use these players time in, time out, and then when he's bringing on the likes of making those changes in the game in Crystal Palace and Ipswich, the players that are coming on are Archie Gray and Bergvall. Two 18-year-olds with no experience, and he's been asked, to get something out of these. I'm not going to continuously look at Ange when the players he's being given, the players he's been provided, aren't good enough to even make a change. Werner and Reguilon were on the left-hand side for us yesterday.
Okay.
Two players that shouldn't even be in our club. They shouldn't even be on our books, but he's been forced to use them. I'm not looking at the manager here, but go on, Tom.
All right. So I'm glad you said it. So there's a couple things I can attack, right? There's a couple things I can give a rebuttal for. So the first and foremost, we agree in terms of the squad that's been assembled. And Saeed, I've been vocal about this even before the season started. One starter to our team last year in Sri Lanka, plus 3 kids, in fact 4 kids, one of which hasn't joined until literally 2 weeks ago, and is probably going to play his first game in the next couple of weeks for us in Yang. And then Timo Werner. We knew that summer window was not good enough and was not going to be capable of taking us through 4 competitions this season. We knew we were short, right? We knew we were short. So I can agree with you on that. And that is symptomatic of a bad football owner, because he does that to every single manager that we've had. Irrespective of who's the sporting director, we have that same shit every single season, right? So we can agree on that one. Cool. But here's where you lose me, because whilst we knew that we were understaffed in terms of trying to basically compete through every single competition, we have enough at our disposal to have performed better than we have done in the league. And where you're talking about, he's bringing on Bergvall, this, that, and the third. Against Crystal Palace, we basically had damn near our full complement, apart from Odegaard, right? We were struggling in that game, and he played the wrong team for that game, right? He played the wrong midfield for that game. He went with Madison and Kulusevski in the midfield. They crowded out the midfield. When it wasn't working, instead of him tweaking the system better, putting Kulusevski on the flanks, putting Madison on the flanks, he takes both Kulusevski off the pitch and basically takes away any creative bone in our midfield. He takes them off the pitch. He brings on Sarr. He brings on Richarlison and switches to a 4-2-4 with no creative options in the middle of the park. Ange is a nice guy, but he has managed this club to an incompetent standard in this calendar year, right? I ignored it last year because we didn't have, it was his first year. You're still trying to find your way. You're still trying to impose your base way of playing on the squad. This is now your second season. Okay, you've not been given the perfect window. But why do we have to see some of the decisions that we're seeing week in, week out? You say, he doesn't have the ability to change things. He can change things. If I look at the game yesterday, we should have won that game yesterday. His changes were actually beneficial to Tottenham. I can't really put yesterday's defeat in isolation on Ange Postecoglou, because he did what he could as a coach to get the best. He did what he could as a coach to get the best possible outcome. He left. He didn't see Pedro Porro and Reguilon or Destiny bomb forward. They stayed back, and as a result, Wolves barely created anything. They had 2 good moments. I would say 2 good moments and 2 or 3 good moments in front of goal, and they scored 2 goals. Like, they were really, really clinical. And then in the top end of the pitch, Kulusevski missed a big chance. Solanke missed a big chance. Sarr missed a big chance. Like, I can't put yesterday's defeat in isolation on Ange. So when you're saying, one sec. So when you're saying, he can't change things because his hands are tied with the squad, he absolutely can change things. 2 things can be true. 2 things can be true. He didn't have to put Archie Graham and Dragusin on the halfway line against Liverpool. He didn't have to do these things. He didn't have to get Jet Spence to go and press Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? When we've just scored a goal to get ourselves back into the game on stroke of half time. He doesn't need to do these things. He didn't need to leave our midfield gaping against Chelsea. He didn't need to do 50%, 60%, 70% of the things he's done all season. So
what did he do? He even started both your centre backs against us, and they both went.
Exactly. This fallacy that, oh my God, he's had his hands tied behind his back. Yes, we can say that for every single Spurs manager, and a large portion of it is true because of the way in which we deal with our business in the summer and in January. But if we have to also judge a manager by his remit as a coach, what are you doing as a coach to make this team better? He's failed. He's failing. He's absolutely failing. The results speak for themselves. He has failed. So let's just say, even if now he's performed so badly that, and I've tried I've tried. Lord knows I've tried. We've been in that chat, George. I've tried. I've given allowances. When it's good, it's good. We score goals, this, that, and the third. I've tried, but there's only so much you can take. There's only so much a man can show you who he is before you start taking that man at face value. He's shown us who he is, right? He's shown us who he is with a depleted squad. So what makes us think that he's going to all of a sudden be this highly adaptable coach, etc., with better players? When you have been forced into a situation where you have to change things, when you've been forced into a situation where you have to tweak things, and bear in mind, tweaking does not mean you abandon your entire philosophy. It doesn't mean that. Tweaking literally just means, oh, I'm playing Liverpool, I'm playing Tottenham. Maybe I don't push both fullbacks forward. So all of this talk on Ange Postecoglou, I'm done now. I'm going to finish now. So all of this talk on Ange Postecoglou, I don't even want him to be. I want Tottenham to get better players, but I don't even want him to be the beneficiary of this personnel, because I don't think he's earned it. I would much rather, if I had it my way, and if we were able to do this, I would sack him. And get a competent manager in and give that manager a plethora of better options. But I know we're not going to do that in January. So the minimum is bring the players in. But me personally, irrespective of what happens this season, in the summer, he needs to cut and we need to bring in a new manager to manage this squad, because he is not going to take us forward. He's not.
Facts.
I disagree. I have to disagree with you, because I feel like some of the things you said there are right, but like you said, you sat there and said that he can make tactical tweaks. He done no tactical tweaks yesterday, and we saw that. You said the game that they only had a few chances. I looked at the game and said Wolves controlled that game. Wolves literally had the ball more than us, even though we created some decent chances.
That was by design. That was by design.
I don't feel like we missed. I don't feel like we missed any clear-cut chance. I don't feel like we created enough to win the game.
Yes, we did. I was at that game. Yes, we did. Solanke missed a big chance. We missed a penalty from Son in the first half.
The penalty's the penalty.
We had about 4 big chances in that game.
But it was 1-1 at the point of penalty. So I'm not even going to focus on the chance in the first half, because we made it 2-1. We put ourselves in a better position, and then we come out in the second half.
But you're saying that we did. You're saying that we didn't. You don't even remember. I'm literally just listing 4
did you not watch the game? So you think, why could we not come out in the second half and perform the way that we did and perform the way we wanted to? Because he can't rotate the team. The team hasn't got legs. They've played about 4 games in the past 12 days. This team hasn't even able to perform the roles on the pitch that he wants them to. So we forced ourselves into a more defensive setup yesterday, and we didn't look better. We looked poor. We're literally getting controlled off the ball. If Wolves had a better attacking players, then they would have broke us apart. They would have broke us down, because you saw the goal that they scored. It was a basic pass through to Strand Larsen, where we tried to play a high line. It failed yet again, like it did in many of the times against Liverpool. And you talk about the Liverpool game, he got it completely wrong. Liverpool game, we can look at Ange for that game, but I feel like there's been a lot of games in the past 8 or 9 where you just have to look at the players' performances and say they're not good enough. The Rangers game, for example, we had a good enough team out there to go and beat Rangers, had a good enough setup to go do it, but the players just aren't performing the way they need to. Why do
you think that the players are absolved of blame? Why does, again, and this is what I don't get, why is it that because we're talking about the manager that absolves players of blame?
No, I just think that the conversation, maybe not amongst the Spurs fans, Todd, but amongst rival fans in particular, whenever I come on these shows, it's always, manager. What is the manager doing wrong? And I'm just like, okay, the manager, he has to take blame. He has to take blame for when we're losing these games and some of the things he's doing wrong. But there's plenty of times where I'm just looking at the players and say they're not good enough. Basuma's not good enough. Udogi's needed a left back cover for this whole season. He's not been fit, but he's been forced to play time in, time out. I'm looking at the front line.
But fans are going to talk on fans do talk on the players though. Like, I struggle to find football fans who aren't talking about
I wanted you to address Madison, because Madison's not. He might have.
I'm going to address Madison. He's been shit this season. He hasn't been shit this season. You're chatting utter bollocks if you think he's been shit this season. You're chatting waz if you think he's been shit this season. So let me break down the Madison point, right? Madison, I will say this, hand on heart, has not been good. I don't think he's been bad, but I don't think he's been good. Madison, for me, has had a decent season, right? People like you, when he performs, you don't talk about it. When he performs, which has been, no. Let me finish, because like when you spoke, I let you speak, right? When he performs, people like you, right, in the Spurs community will brush it off, right? It's no coincidence. Our best performances, Kulusevski has been our most consistent player this season. Agree. Kulusevski has, I think at this point, Kulusevski is putting better performances over the course of the season than Madison. Agree. But there's a common denominator. Whenever our best performances, since Ange's tenure, our best performances, right, as a team, they coincide with James Madison being in our team, right? When he's in our team and he's playing well, we deliver some of our best performances. And Spurs fans have this thing, right? Okay, cool. James Madison was brought in to be the piece. I will hold my hands up. I still rate him high, but he's not the piece because he's not a player that we can depend on over the course of a season, be it injury or be it inconsistency with his form. We can agree on that one. But what we're not going to do...
Like I said, he was brought in to be a top player, and he's not performing to the level that he was brought in to be. So for me, he's shit. He's been performing shit.
That doesn't mean...
Wait, Toes, do you think it's fair to say that
I'm not finished. You keep interrupting.
I know you're not finished, but I just want to go back and forth because at the end...
but I didn't let you go back and forth. I let you get your point.
5 minutes, Toes. I can't wait 5 minutes to remember what you said 5 minutes ago. I just want to address...
You're very quick to put responsibility on Madison. And rightly so. He's one of our best players.
He's our vice captain, bro.
Yeah, I said rightly so. I said rightly so. He's our vice captain. He's one of our best players. He's meant to be a standard bearer. Absolutely agree. But I can't understand how you can put responsibility on him, rightly so, and you take away all the responsibility from the manager. It doesn't make any sense. With James Madison, but
I didn't though, because you heard me say though, Tom, you have to look at the manager. But I look at some of the players more. I look at players, and Tom, I don't absolve anyone from blame. I point at Madison, and one of my favorite players across the last 2 seasons has been Romero. I put Romero one of our biggest blames for how bad he's been so far this season, especially at the start. We have to be honest about it. Our best players have been our worst players over the past this season so far. Son, Madders, Romero, our 3 captains. You put in
Madison in the same category as the performances that Son and Romero have served up this season is egregious. It is utterly egregious. And you know it as well. You know in your heart of hearts, it is.
You can go to the
You're gonna lose me with this talk when you're saying things like that. Because if you actually believe that Madison has performed as badly as Son and Romero this season, you're going to lose me, bro. You're going to lose me. 100%. You're going to lose me.
Can I let Dan come in? Can I let Dan? You were going to say something, and then we're going to, because I want to move on to what you need in January, and then kind of move on. Go on, Dan Potts.
Yeah, man. Listen, this is where I'm at with it. Like, I understand that George wants to give Ange more time. I understand that Tobes wants him. I don't actually care. For me, I couldn't give a damn, right? I think it's hilarious what I'm seeing, right? It's beautiful to watch. But if I'm a Spurs fan, I'm wanting him out now. Where I don't agree with George is he's looking at the players, because what was September, October when we played them, I was seeing combined 11s from George and this fan base that Romero's better than Saliba and Van Dijk, Van der Ven is better than. Hang on.
I'm going to come in after you as well, so continue.
Okay, and then Bissouma is better than Rice, and Kulusevski's better than Saka, and Madison's better than Odegaard. Now all of a sudden it's the players. These players aren't good enough. What are we supposed to have? Ange Postecoglou. It's definitely not on him. What's he supposed to do with these absolute scrubs? This guy spent 400 million euros, by the way, half of what Mikel Arteta has spent in 6 years. So when I sit there and hear that Ange Postecoglou is not the issue, I look at the way they're playing. It is one way of playing. Now, I could understand if George was like, look, I just want to see a little bit more from this. I like what he does here, but I don't quite not sure what he does. He needs to sort that out. You see him in interviews, he's looking down. I ain't going to change, mate. It's the way I know, mate. It's nothing else I'm going to do, mate. It's the way it is, mate. So I wanted him out if I was a Spurs fan. Let me tell you that now. That is all I would want is him gone. Yeah, trust me, there's more problems. I look at Daniel Levy and co. I look at the ownership. I think it's an absolute disgrace. I think the way that they get so close and then decide, actually, let's not bother. They're the only big six club that don't win anything. It's an absolute shambles, right? That is where I am at as far as Tottenham are concerned. So when we play you again in a few weeks' time, I will get the combined 11s out again, and I'll bring them on my channel, and I'll go on other channels, and we'll talk about how Romero is better than Saliba, and how Van der Ven is better than Gabriel, and how Udogie is better than any of our left backs, and how Pedro Porro is better than Ben White and Timber put together. And we'll have that discussion again, and we'll talk about Madison being better than Odegaard and all this crap. It's not rubbish talk, George. I do it on every single time, brother. Every single time.
The combined 11s you put together, because even the people in the chat are saying, I'm not involved in any combined 11s. Don't I don't do those, so it definitely wasn't me. But I don't know who's saying something. Basuma versus Rice. I've said Basuma's been shit for 18 months. I've said get him out of my club.
What do you need? What do you need?
So no, wait. Before we talk on what we need, I want to zero in. So Potts, that I think there was a point you made that I don't think is fair. You're saying Ange just had 400 million to spend in this, that, and the third. I don't think that's an Ange thing, and I think you're being unfair with him there because we have gutted at our squad over the last 2 to 3 years. So whoever the manager was would have been the beneficiary of that spend. We've had to spend that money because we've literally gone through a high turnover of players. We've had to sell. We've sold the likes of Ndombele. We've sold the likes of Lo Celso. We've got rid of Sissoko. We've got rid of Matt Doherty. We've got rid of Harry Kane. We've got rid of Højbjerg. So many players. Dyer. We've had to Lloris. We've had to get rid of so many players. So we've had to spend. So I don't think that's fair that people can just say, oh, you spent 400 million. No, right? I don't think that's an Ange thing. I think that's a Daniel Levy thing when you look at the allocation of spend, right? But when we talk about this coach, right, we want to talk about coaching. We signed a striker who scored, I think he scored like the most headed goals last season. Whenever anyone watches Tottenham play, how often do we put high crosses into the box for this guy to attack? Our attack is literally predicated on our attack facilitates our wide forwards more so than the guy who scored 19 goals that we brought in for 65 million. We have fullbacks who this guy forces into inverted roles, into twin tens. You look at the goal we conceded against Forest, right? Why do we concede that goal? We concede that goal because our right back, who's meant to be ready to defend the transition, is in the number 10 zone. He loses the ball and it takes one carry and 2 passes and you split our defense open. But I'm not allowed to talk about coaching. Oh my God, we can't talk about these things because our squad's running on empty. These are coaching flaws because I've seen that goal.
Someone said you're not allowed to talk about these things. That's where it goes wrong, is that you think it's one way or the other.
I'm seeing our centre last season, Potts, how many times did I say it to you last season? Last season, when there was so much... Listen, Romero has been dog shit this season, right? Even Van de Ven, I don't think he's played like incredibly well this season. But I'll tell you this for free. Last year, them man were playing out their skin. They were playing really good football week in, week out, and were conceding goals because the rest defense, the off-ball structure is terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and it puts our players in compromising positions time and time again. Even Basuma, who you said has been dog shit. I agree, he's been dog shit this season, but guess what? Our number 6 is isolated every single game. Our number 6 is having to cover. Our number 6 is having to cover.
You're right. Our number 6 is...
No, wait, I'm not finished. And I've not finished. I'm going through all the players that you're criticizing. And the James Madison that you're saying...
You're never going to finish. That's the point, though. We're not going to be able to remember.
I'm going to finish now because you're allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to talk. And the James Madison who you're saying, oh my God, he's been so shit. He's been so shit. Every single time, the result isn't going in our favor. He's always the one that gets cribbed, right? He's always the one that gets scapegoated. And second, he's a number 10. He's a number 10. He's the player that you want to get the ball to in the half spaces on the left-hand side because you know he's going to make shit crack. Tell me why on earth I'm having to see James Madison play as a fucking number 6 to try and get the ball and knit play together.
Okay.
I don't see the problem.
Quickly answer that, Joe. Quickly answer that.
So with that, Tobes, I feel like Madison's actually played good in the first phase 1 and phase 2 of the play. When he picks up the ball from deep, that's what I like to see from Madison. So that's when he's been playing good for us. When he's been dropping in deep, doing the passes, trying to control the actual phase of play, move it forward. That's what we've been needed from him. He's not done that enough. When you talk about picking up in the pockets, when he does get in the pockets in the final third, I'm not seeing enough from James Madison. I'm not seeing him punch the ball into the box. I'm not seeing him try to play those passes into Dom Solanke that you're saying he hasn't been doing. The reason we don't create for the strikers is because, like I said, our forwards, the ball's always coming on counter in the transition when we're cutting balls back across the box. You're seeing Brennan Johnson playing it to Son or Son playing to Brennan Johnson. When we did actually try to create for Solanke through headed chances, everyone was complaining that all Spurs are doing are crossing it into the box. Like against Arsenal, the game that we lost, all we done was just kept putting lofted balls into the box, expecting him to win it in the air. When, for me, he's not an aerial player. He doesn't win that much headers. Even when on the hold-up play, you don't see him dominate players in the air. Most of his goals and most of his best play for Bournemouth was on the cutback from the byline, his movement into that near post, and he's just tapping it in. And most of his best goals for Spurs have been from his natural movement as a striker, from reacting to keeper saves. So for me, I'm not looking at Dom Solanke and thinking, yeah, this guy is going to be aerially dominant and put the ball in the box and he's going to score loads of headers. And when I look at what you're saying about James Madison Madison just hasn't been good enough. I'm not going to sit here and defend the fact that he's been at my club for 18 months. He was good for the first 10 games of last season, disappeared for the rest of the season, and then come back this season and had a couple good games. That's not good enough for me. We signed him to be an all-star player, to take us on, to be further, and he got, as soon as he came in, he got given the vice captain, which for me was crazy in the first place, because you don't sign a player and then give them that responsibility. And we've been told year in, year out that he's not been able to perform across a full season at Leicester, and we're just seeing this at Spurs. He's not good enough. And when I say he's not good enough, I don't see him starting at Spurs in 6 months' time. If we go into next season and Madison's still a starter in his team, then there is a problem, because he doesn't perform across the season, and he's not performing.
Who would have thought of that, guys? Who would have thought of that, man?
No.
But listen, I want to move on from Tottenham. I'm going to get these last couple of super chats in. Big up Big Ben, says, big up the panel, bunch of legends, hit the likes. Slot Wolves in one game all year. What the fuck is he on? Madness. We are coming for the smoke, bro. Hope you're ready. Yeah, Newcastle tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Brian Holiday says, high line for life, man. Listen, I want to give Nottingham Forest a bit of credit. You know what I mean? They're second in the league. You know what I mean? And they're doing, listen, unless Arsenal win on Wednesday, they stay second in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Chelsea obviously slopped a little bit. You know
we can go second today. We can go second today, Saeed.
After Forest.
You go second today?
Yeah, bro. If we win our game, we'll
go second. You do. Yeah. But I do want to give them
credit. Because Saeed, after we speak up Forest, I want to touch on these Chelsea lot, because Don's been getting away with it. We need to speak about Chelsea.
Get away with what?
We're going to beat Everton like it was a formality. You drop points there. Fulham, we got a good record against Fulham. We're going to beat them. Drop points there. We need to speak, because Saeed, we've not cooked on yet. We have not cooked on yet.
We will. Let's give them Forest their flowers, man. I'll start with
loud,
man. Yeah. Let's give them their flowers, man. Dan, Nuno. I can't lie, bro. I thought Nuno would have got sacked by, a couple of months, after his job, because I thought it'd be the wrong appointment. But where do you sit with Nuno, bro, in terms of the job is done, man? Because we have to give credit, man. This is Midday Live, bro. We can't just, just skip past.
Facts, man. Listen, LB mentioned something about Liverpool earlier. He spoke about the balance that they've got, and that's something that Forest have. You know what I mean? They might not have an in-depth squad, but they've got a very good defense with Milinkovic and Murillo. Obviously, I know Ola from Chelsea days. Obviously, he's just been fantastic. You've got Gibbs White in their midfield, midfielders like that, bro. You've got Woods, who's been playing well up top as well. Elanga, Hudson-Odoi in the wings. Bro, they're just a very well-drilled, well-coached team. You know what I'm saying? They know how to get the job done. You know what I mean? When they need to sit back, they know how to sit back. When they need to transition in attack, they know how to transition in attack. They're a good team, man. And like I said, when we played them as well at the Bridge, I said it back then as well. I said, bro, Forest are a very good team, right? Many teams are going to go there and struggle. Or when they come to your gaff, they're going to struggle. That's why I was bigging up Arsenal when Arsenal beat them, because I thought Arsenal were brilliant in that game, right? They absolutely blitzed Forest, and I rate Forest highly. So, listen, as it is right now, technically, yes, they are in a title race, but I don't think they're going to be able to maintain it because of their squad overall. But if they keep backing him, bro, you never know, man. You never know what they can do in the next 2-3 years. You know what I mean? They're definitely on a good trajectory at the minute, and you never know what can happen from it, man. You know what I'm saying? Looks like Edu switched to the right side, clearly.
I mean,
what? Again, they're the only team to beat us this season. I saw it live in the flesh, and what Don said, they're just so balanced, because you look at their team, they've got a bit of everything. They've got a bit of tenacity in Ryan Yates, right? A very nasty player if you're playing against him. If you're a Forest fan, you love him, but he's rough and ragged. He'll get the ball. Even Elliot Anderson, I remember speaking to him. They didn't want to sell him. He's a baller. They didn't want to sell him. And then you've got your technicians like your Morgan Gibbs White. You've got your Chris Woods who bags. You've got your Murillos, that's quite a composer. But then you've got your Milinkovic, that's a hard man. Ole Einar. Exactly, and Ole Einar, it's quality. You're not in Cobham Academy if you don't have quality, right? And then even their keeper Sells. I only know it's through fantasy. He gets me points every week. Like Sells is quality. Like you look at their team from top to bottom, there's balance everywhere. But I do agree with Don to obviously maintain a title race. I think it will be a bit crazy. But listen, top four. Listen, with the way this season's going, who's to say they couldn't get top four? I don't think they will. But if they push for it, what's your saying, Don? Shoot for the moon, land on the stars or something?
Yeah, shoot for the stars. Land on the moon, bro.
Land on the moon. Yeah. Sorry, I've got that. But with Forest, like, you never know what they could achieve because they're a really balanced team. And if they keep that 11 fit, you never know. And they've got a player that comes off the bench who actually rate. You know that Jota guy, like he's just annoying to play against. Yeah, he's very annoying to play against. So yeah, man, they've got a good team. They got a good team, man.
What I will say about Forest is this: what happens when you give a manager his players on a balanced squad? You're gonna get good performance. We saw what happened to Nuno at Spurs. He looked horrible. Didn't even have a clue how to put a team together. And now you see that he can actually coach. We saw him at Wolves. You see him at Forest now. When you give him the manager the right players with the right profiles, you see how they got the balance and attack. With you've got a 1v1 demon in Callum Hudson-Odoi and a guy like Elanga who just blitzes it and runs straight down the line. He's a line runner. He's always gonna get in front of his defender if you play him in the front. And the Woods to play the hold-up play. Like I feel like they've just got the perfect.
Woods is underrated, man. He's doing his thing. I can't lie this season.
Oh, he's a proper throwback Premier League striker.
Yeah, proper like Premier League striker. You know, like them Charlie Austin days. Them man, like
yeah, bro. You know,
Glenn Murray, man, he did well after his 30s.
Steven Fletcher and them, man. Like, these man are proper Premier League players.
You don't remember Holt? You don't remember Holt from Norwich? That was just scoring.
Remember Kevin Davis as well, bro?
You even had Elmander from Bolton. I know what you mean, kind of the number 9 focal point that they're just battling. Yeah, man. He's a proper
that partnership, though. That partnership with Forest at the back, man. That centre-back partnership is serious.
They had an injury yesterday, you know. Murillo went out injured. So
Murillo,
he had to bring in someone else. Yeah, he went out
he's injured, man.
Yeah, so they had to make
we will link him in the summer. He's more like the ball playing. He's more like the ball playing guy.
Yeah.
Like a sweeper. And then Milinkovic, bro. Yo, when I saw this guy at the bridge,
he's the hard man.
He's a tank, you know what I'm saying?
He's been one of the best signings for me this summer. I think he's been an unbelievable signing. He really has.
When I watched him, right? When you know at Anfield, they kept a low block for majority and hitting us on the counter. But when Trent and McAllister kept putting in the balls, right, he was just headering it. Everything he was clearing up, it was him. He was clearing up everything. I said, you know what? He can't, like, people are gonna say I'm comparing them. I'm not comparing them, but like he's very stylistically similar to Vidic. Hard man. Yeah. Not the same player before everyone goes mad. Of course he's not. But stylistically, he's very similar to Vidic. I think I can't see him being at Forest for too long, but they'll get a lot of money for him. I swear wasn't he linked to a big club before he went to Forest, and Forest managed to
was
sign
that Fiorentina, wasn't he? Was he at Fiorentina?
Yeah, that's it. He was linked to big clubs for years. So I don't know, like Forest might find it hard to hold on to him, but they'll get a lot of money for him, man. And that's the thing. When your club's at Forest, if you've got a big talent, it's like, he's not going to be here for long. But on the flip side, it's like we're going to get a lot of money in for him, and we can reinvest it into the squad. So.
Yeah. Now listen, big up Forest, man. Like I said to you, big up to them, man. Big up to Red Gorilla says, can we ask everyone what's their favorite cup title win was over the last 20 years?
Boy.
Listen, I don't know where do you go?
You start.
I don't know. There's a couple, but I think for me that 2013 was special as well because it was one of them where when Van Persie came in, we just lost the title on the last game, Aguero moment, and to come back that year, you know what I mean, and win it, like that was special as well. And getting an Arsenal player as well.
Are you not clocking why he sent that super chat?
Yeah.
Of course. Let's answer it though. Let's answer it. Go.
I like the 06-07 season as well. I like the 06-07 season. You know, Chelsea won the last two years in a row. We came back after the whole Ronaldo situation as well. That's when Ronaldo came into life as well. I like that season as well. So listen, there's too many, man. There's too many, but that's just my kind of 2 picks. But Dan, what are you saying?
I mean, obviously, Invincibles was iconic, but we're talking cup finals. I'll go for the Chelsea 2017. Thought that was quality from us. I thought it was superb. Conte's just won the title. We were like, this guy's going to be tough, and that Chelsea side was decent. I will go for that one. I think the whole one as well, to be fair, was unreal because of how we come back. But we should never have been in that situation anyway. So I'll go for Chelsea, man.
Yeah.
Don,
what
Don.
Oh, me.
You thought you was going that way, innit?
Yeah. I'll probably say for me, definitely 2012, man. 2012 was a memorable summer, man. Zambia won the AFCON that season as well, and obviously Chelsea won the Champions League, bro. And that Champions League, the way we won it was crazy, man. Like Barcelona absolutely pammed us, bro. Pammed us. I remember we had to come back and beat Napoli as well. Cavani did a madness against us, those 2 legs. Those other teams that we had to play to come back, man. But yeah, the whole journey to win it, man. That summer for me, I was And that was going into year 11 as well. I remember that summer.
Do you know what's poetic about that? People seem to forget you had to beat Bayern Munich in their own backyard. People forget they were at home.
Exactly, it's everything was set out for us to lose that game, and then for Drogba to just equalize like that, to take the winning penalty, bro, it was mad.
Wait, Terry didn't play, innit? Terry didn't play the final, did he?
Terry didn't play that game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He didn't play.
Rums, what you say? What you say, Rums?
For me, simple. The league. I've only seen one. You Potts, Don, you not seen multiple. I've only seen one. That day was just, it was ridiculous. Champions League, I've seen a couple, but I would say honourable mention Carabao Cup this season at the game, to win that with youth players. Like, we had no right. When you saw the two starting 11s, I think most Liverpool fans conceded this might be Chelsea's, even though they had Poch. But to win it in the way we did, our captain rising when it mattered, yeah, man, it was unbelievable scenes. So, yeah, my favourite one, the league title, but an honourable one was the Carabao Cup. I'm going to lie.
Yeah. Next super chat is, where do you think Ahmad will go?
You didn't even let Joe. Is that what we're on?
Oh, sorry,
I'll tell you about mine. Oh, yeah.
I didn't listen. I thought I went to you.
You know what?
Go on.
Fans in this panel remember mine very, very good, because there was a certain team from North London that came to my gaff, hit them for 5 in the semi-final, and then we went marching into the final, and then we beat the boys in blue. We done the job 2-1. You know what I mean? So, 2008, special year, man. Special year.
One day Ramos. Not successful.
And you know what?
Not successful Spurs.
That was the worst Spurs side since this season. So, who knows? Might be another 2008 again.
Did you not see JV O'Hara's tweet? I've been married. I've been
he lives off of the fact that he was a part of that team, but he was never a starter for Spurs.
Yeah, he was never.
He was a youngster, man. He was no one like.
Man had a top
player, man.
George, that's why Eddie. That's why I'm not Eddie. That's why Heady One has the bar. They fell off JV O'Hara.
Bro.
He was never good at Spurs, never.
This guy, he was playing in Tenerife in the back end of his career, bro. He's dead. I hate hearing him talk football, and especially about my club. He lost.
Yeah. Where do you think Ahmad will go? 6 months left. Listen, Ahmad's gonna stay, man. But that's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying to you, bro? Obviously,
why would you want to leave United, right? Look at them, they're flying.
Yeah, you know what's bad? Yeah, Robbie, do you know if you see Robbie's video, man? Man said, "Yo, go and get Saki," but like Robbie, relax, man. Relax.
Yeah, I see that. Robbie was like, "Yeah, go get him. Go get Diallo."
So 1 minute, Julian wants Mateta. One of them wants Ahmad. Like, what do you want, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you man know what you want?
I can't wait to get to the Arsenal section. I can't wait to get to the Arsenal section, because Potts is one of the real ones anyway. You know what I mean? So
let's do Chelsea though. Chelsea first. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Rums, what do you want to say about Chelsea? You want to say something?
I just want to say, listen, Don, like you said, I remember when we went in the last midday live. Yeah, we got Everton. He's speaking like it's a formality. Yeah, we'll beat them. We tough game, we'll beat them. Then the Fulham game, they've not beat us in how many years? We'll beat them. And I was like, Don, look, Chelsea going forward, I think we all agree they're very good, bro. And they're probably going to finish top 4 comfortably. I predicted that last season and this season. But when I was saying to you, Don, and Sanchez has been in good form, but when I was saying to you, him and your defense, not your defense as an entirety, because I think it started to kind of crumble once Fofana come out the team. When it was him and Colwell, I think you lot were one of the best defensive teams, but they're just not good enough to go for the full distance. I actually think Chelsea will fall away a bit early, unless they do something in January. But all this Chelsea fan that were getting gas, your keeper and your defense just still ain't it. And it's as simple as that.
But
I've improved, right?
I get that, but I'm not really looking mainly at the players for the past 2 results. Though. I'm mainly looking at Maresca, bro. Yeah, against Everton, the subs, like, he's not using the bench enough. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to bring Felix on against Everton when we needed an injection of something different. Yeah, because in front of goal, we were poor in that first half. You know what I'm saying? We could have been at least 2 goals up if Jackson was a little bit more clinical. Second half, Everton had the better chances. And against Fulham, bro, for me, again, I was at the bridge of that game. It was very clear to see that the team was lacking energy, bro. Yeah, you've got their managers throwing on all these players on the pitch, and you're just watching your players dying, bro. Yeah, I'm watching these men off the ball. I'm seeing Neto struggling to run. I'm seeing fucking Sancho struggling to run. I'm seeing Gusto and these man. Go watch the second goal back, because you're right. Sanchez was to blame for that one. Go look at Gusto's face and all these men when they're running back. They can't run, bro. Yeah. There was a lack of energy in that second half. You know what I'm saying? So that should have been a game where you maybe move Palmer to the right. You bring on Felix down the middle, right? There's no Mudryk right now. So maybe bring on Nkuku to the left. Don't play him up top, because I keep telling you, Nkuku up top is useless, right? It's absolutely useless. And Maresca did the exact same thing against Brentford. Against Brentford, we held out, cool. But when that final whistle went, all the players just dropped to the
Can
floor.
I ask?
I've got a question. Yeah, go on,
Because you're
Joe.
saying about
For
the
me,
players
hold on, Jules. Hold on. Let me just finish this on this point, yeah? For me, during this period, I said at the start of this period where we've got easier fixtures, I said, this is the time I want to see Maresca using the squad. He has not used the squad well enough during this period, bro. There's been minimal subs. It's the same old Nkuku for Jackson. And like I've told you, Roms, all season, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, bro. You know what I mean? So, listen, yes, the players should have done better in front of goal. Even against Fulham, we had some chances to score. But overall, that game needed more energy, bro. Man's bringing on Harry Wilson. Man's bringing on, you know how Harry Wilson is off the bench, bro. Bare energy, right?
Yeah, he's at my club. I didn't want him to leave. He's cold,
yeah,
bro.
like,
He's cold.
You know what I mean? And I'm looking at guys struggling to run. That's when I've got to look at the manager and say, bro, how are you letting these guys just go out there and die, bro? You got to change.
Do you know what, though? Actually, no, George, go. I know you had a question. I'll ask you.
I was just going to quickly say, because obviously you mentioned regarding the players being tired and so on, but I've heard Chelsea. Obviously, Maresca didn't use all of his subs in the past couple of games. He's been using like one sub, bro. You're not looking at the manager as to what's going on over there, because you guys have the deepest squad in the league. We know that. You've had a few
deepest squad.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though, Jules. Because wait a minute, we've had a few people getting injured, yeah, like Lavia, Badia, Shields not there. You know, obviously Reece is never there anyway, but he's not there. The bench has been weakened. Mudryk, I kept telling people, Mudryk not being there is not a good thing, whether people like him or not. He started to actually be used off the bench, right? Now we haven't got no left winger option, Saeed. You could do that as much as you want, bro.
Bro, but the way you're gassing
bro, let me finish what I'm saying. Before it was Sancho and Mudryk.
Unlike Mudryk, man. He's a Mudryk fan.
Oh, because before it was Sancho and Mudryk on the left. Now, yeah, you took off Madueke on a technicality. You're bringing Tyreek.
That one I don't get. That one I don't get though.
That's what I'm saying. You take away Madueke, then you bring Tyreek George on the bench, but you're not going to use it, right? So if Mudryk was there, at least I know if Sancho's not having a good game, he'll probably bring Mudryk on, right? Now he's not going to trust Tyreek George. He's not going to trust Nkuku on the left. He doesn't want to play Felix on the left. So how is it a good thing that he's gone? It weakens our squad. You know what I mean? So
this is my question. This is my question quickly, yeah. I was watching that Chelsea game and I rate Malagusta, and a few people in the chat have said it, but do you think it's time where, as managers, you need to make bold decisions? I think Josh, I don't know, I'm going to butcher his name, Josh Ashton Pong, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
He's been quite sought after. I think you lot banned your scouts from us looking at him. Apparently, he's very good. But Gusto looks so uncomfortable, and you've mentioned it in that kind of inverting role, right? He didn't invert that much, but even now, just going forward in general, he's not even excelling at what he was doing last season. Do you think it's time to just drop him? And yeah, literally what Abdi's saying, because I know he's young, and he's hardly got any Premier League experience. But sometimes big managers make the best big calls. This is where you get paid, earn your wages, bro. Do you think it's time to maybe start him? Maybe not a game like tonight, because Ipswich is going to be tough. I think you win the game, but it's going to be tough. We've been there. United's been there. It's not an easy place to go to. We kind of beat them second half, but first half, they make it uncomfortable under the lats. And I think you win tonight. Maybe not start him tonight, but going forward, maybe at the bridge against, I don't know, a bottom half team. Do you think it's time to maybe experiment him in that position?
Yeah. Listen, bro, that's another player that I want to see getting more minutes. Achimpong, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Gusto had a terrible game, bro. I think Fulham tactically, the way they set out, it was very good. You know, you had Iwobi that was tucking in from the left into midfield. So Gusto was the one basically playing right centre back, and Neto was playing right back in the game. If you saw, because Robertson was holding the width, right?
Yes,
Gusto, every time Iwobi's getting the ball, Gusto's getting sucked in, and it's leaving a big hole in behind. He can't mark two people at once. That was good from Fulham. You know what I mean? But overall, we haven't seen Gusto at his best because he's being asked to go into the midfield. Then one game he's being asked to hold the width. Then one game he's being asked to stay back. There's all these roles he's having to learn, and people need to realize he's still young, right? But I'm not losing faith because he's a baller in it, and I do think he'll come good with time as well. But we need to stop inverting him like what we did against Everton. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? But I don't think he had a terrible game like what people are making out. I thought he did the best he could in that system, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, big up V3 says that even Maresca, Slot, or Nuno at Man United, not a chance will be in position like Chelsea, Pool, or Forest. Ineos cleaning 50 years of glazed crap. Keep Ahmad Mazraoui, Delete, Ugarte, and Yoro. Rest can get out. I think that's what there's been reports coming out anyway that there'll be a lot of players going out, man. Quickly touch on Arsenal. You got Brentford on Wednesday. Listen, man, no Saka, but you know what I mean. You're looking in the market for something, Dan. You know what I mean. I don't know what you're going for, but right now, still chasing the pack. But I don't think you've got, you know what I mean, like 1-0 and that against Ipswich and that dead.
Yeah, man, it is dead, bro. But I've been saying it for a while, bruv. Listen, when that transfer window shut in the summer, I knew we weren't serious. I never had us winning the league. And I honestly believe that the owners are the biggest problem at the club. I still stand by that. I think Mikel Arteta, however, has not done himself any favours. I don't quite understand the tactics. I don't get the in-game management. I don't understand some of the team selection. He's now got this obsession of dropping Havertz back into midfield, which I don't think works. And people will come back and say, he scored. But he ain't doing enough, man. And I'm not a fan of the guy anyway. You know, Turkish said it best. We spent £65 million on an 8 and we still need an 8. And we've put the 65 million 8 to 9 and we still need a 9. That says it all, man. Let's just be real. We still need both. Do you know what I'm saying? We still need an 8 and a 9 at this club, in my opinion. And that's only the 2 positions out of the 3 or 4 that we still need. The Bukayo Saka incident, I put solely on the manager. I think the manager has been a disgrace with him. I think the way that he's overworked him has absolutely killed him. I didn't realise that he's...
Pots, I'd say Southgate too, because there's some England games he did not need to play 90 minutes. And
club and country, to be fair, I've not looked after this kid at the age of 23. He could be dusted by 26 if this continues, man. That's a bad injury from what I'm hearing as well. This ain't like a little hamstring strain where you're going to be out for a couple of weeks. This could mess his season up. And I don't think we have to look at anybody but Mikel Arteta. I see him playing at 5-0 against Lons where he's still staying on the pitch. Why? I see him starting the game up against Bolton in the Carabao Cup this season. Why? I see we're beating Preston. He's coming on the pitch. Why? What are we doing? Like, real talk. We haven't looked after this kid at all. And Mikel Arteta has a lot of blame for that. And he hasn't trusted or brought in anybody on the right-hand side. Do you know the signings we've played and the players we played for cover for Bukayo Saka have been Willian, Nicolas Pepe, Sterling, and Reece Nelson. That's it.
Wow.
So when you look at those 4 players that are trying to back up Saka, no wonder he's having to play. In Mikel Arteta's 5 or 6 years, this is 6th season now that he's been here, right? He has played no less than 85% of the time that Mikel Arteta has been the manager. And for most of the season, it's been between 90 and 99, 95%. That's not looking after your best player as a youngster. And people will say, yeah, but look at Salah and look at what Hazard was doing and look at what all these brilliant names were playing. Yeah, things were different by then. They weren't kids when they were at Chelsea and Liverpool, right? They were like in their late 20s. This is a kid that you need to look after, otherwise he's going to get burnt out. Look at Michael Owen. Like, you know, Saeed, look at Rooney. Rooney between 18 and 25 was unreal, unplayable at times. Between 25 and 30, the guy was nowhere near the same player because he wasn't looked after. And I look at what Bukayo Saka has been through at Arsenal at the moment. It's mad. In terms of what we've got to do without him, I don't rate any of our attack, bro. I've just got to be real with you. I know Jesus done well a couple of games against Palace, but I haven't seen any consistency from him for the last 2-3 years. Havertz, he's not for me. I know a lot of people like him and all that, but he ain't for me. He's a squad player that comes on for the last 15, 20 to try and change a game for me. He ain't the starter, but we're starting him. Martinelli's fallen off a cliff, and I've got to say it, so is Trossard. So we haven't got the attack at the moment, and we're struggling. And do you know what? I'm going to say it. I don't think our midfield's been sorted in the last 5 years. I've really got to be serious about this. I think the versatility thing has got to his head. He overthinks. Rice was 105 million, and I don't really know what position he wants to play him because he's saying he can't play 6. He certainly can't play an 8. Trust me. I've seen it. It's not pretty. It ain't pretty playing Rice in an 8. Trust me. Then you've got Partey, who's been our best midfielder, in my opinion. He's playing at right back half the time. And then you've got Havertz now playing there. We brought this Marino in. I don't get what he is, by the way. I don't understand what this guy is whatsoever, but he's coming in now. So I've got to be real. Look, I said last night to the boys, right, on my channel, I look at Liverpool. Let's just compare for a second, right? Go with me here. We're going with Liverpool. There's a lot of comparisons with Liverpool this season. Everyone said we should be where Liverpool are at, right? Liverpool have tried to replace their title-winning players. Mane has been replaced by Diaz. Yeah, okay, he's not as good level, but he's been replaced and he's scoring goals. Firmino, Jota's not, in my opinion, anywhere near what Firmino did at Liverpool, but he's an absolute killer in front of goal. They replaced him, right? Then you've got Wijnaldum being replaced now with Gravenberch. Curtis Jones has come in to do the Jordan Henderson role. We can't even replace Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka won absolutely nothing at Arsenal. Let's just be real. We won in a couple of FA Cups.
Just on that point as well. Just on that point. The thing is, hold on, Jules, before you come in, just on that point as well. I was thinking about this the other day, yeah, and I was thinking about the 8s that Arteta has signed. I don't think there's been a single successful one, bro. Right? You've got Vieira,
Vieira's coming back though.
Vieira's coming back, man.
He's rallying the troops.
No.
Rice has been a success, though.
Rice ain't no 8, man. When you watch the guy,
I'm saying he's been a successful signing, though.
No, bro, but he's not an 8 though. He's a 6. Rice is a 6, bro. You can't. No one's gonna try and convince me that Rice is gonna kick on as an 8.
Facts.
I don't look at him as an 8.
Facts, Don. And the problem we got is it's not just the 8. Like, let's be real. Since Mikel Arteta has been here, how many left backs have we had at the club? Yeah, well, like Kieran Tierney, Nun Tavares, Timbers played their bit. Tommy Asu's played their bit.
This Skelly guy looks good, though.
Lewis Skelly's now playing there. I think he's going to be a good talent. He's now playing there. We've got about 7 or 8. Like Calafuri, who's been bought in. Yeah, so we've got that. That's 9 9 left backs we tried to have. Don's right about the left 8. I've seen Declan Rice play there. Fabio Vieira play there. Havertz played there. Smith Rowe played there. Trossard played there. Marino played there. There's 6 left 8s that we've had now, right? So when we needed 8 left backs, 6 number 8s. We still haven't replaced Aubameyang at the number 9, by the way. This is 6 years in, 6 seasons in. Come on, man. Like, I don't understand why people don't put more pressure on this manager. It seems like because we've come second to Pep a couple of times, that we're in a position now where he's untouchable. It's an absolute joke.
Sorry,
man.
Dan. Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
What are you saying?
No. Just check the private chat, man. It's crazy, man.
It's insane, bro. It's insane. So yeah, I'm there with it, and I just feel like there's so much pressure now for me, in my opinion, that we need to win something. You need to deliver. Otherwise, I think there's genuine, serious questions have to be asked about where we're going. And this is the last thing I'll say. This ownership is one of the biggest PR stunts I've ever seen in my life. Right? The amount of merchandise that we bring out. We've got our football team, our first team players, now coming out in coats to warm up. They're £160 in the shop if you would like one. £150 if you put your
the baseball thing, the baseball, right? The American
baseball one. Yeah. They're coming out.
Arsenal come with the best trip.
Yeah, mate, we're elite level Champions League club, man, when it comes to merch. Yeah. When you look at it,
Dan, I can't lie. If you got a title for merch, you lot would be like. You would have won like 10 in a row, bro. Honestly.
I've always seen these releasing some new things, bro. Like mid-season. I don't know how many things you release like every year.
Yeah, we do. But it's always after. If you look at it, it's always after a bad result, man.
It's all about fashion.
It's always after a bad result. We'll drop another bit of merch. We'll get Ian Wright out with it on, and we'll have Win the Dog next to him. This is what happens at this club. You walk down our tunnel now, right? I come down the same way, same route every single time. There's the North Banksy. Big up to him. He's not a fan of me or stuff I do, but fair play to him. And he's now painting loads of pictures of Arsenal quality. I'm looking for Rocastle. I'm trying to see where Wrighty is. I'm trying to see where Bergkamp is, where Thierry Henry is. Nope. Nicholas Yova, our set piece coach, is donning one of those paintings. We've got Win the Dog. He's up there. We've got Josh Kroenke now as well. He's up there already. This is the state of the club at the moment, man. And look, people will say stop moaning. People will say stop moaning. We can go second if we win, and we're third in the Champions League, and we've got Carabao Cup semi-final, United in the FA Cup. Let's go. Cool. Win me something at the end of the season and challenge, or I will ask for you to be replaced. And that's the way that I sit. Give you to May. Cool. Do what you want to do, but get to May, deliver, get something across the line, challenge till the end, and I think it's a good season. Otherwise, I'm going to ask for replacements. And any single replacement I give, the Arsenal section of the fan base that are in love with Mikel Arteta will say that he won't do anything and that they're washed. They can't do a better job than Mikel. There's nobody out there. Well, what happens if Mikel Arteta says, I'm off then? What do we do then? Do we fold the club? Do we say, we can't go, there's nobody better? Mikel's decided to leave people. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to go support Dial Square now. Like, what do we do, man? Seriously, It's crazy. The amount of managers that I can name and reel off that have a better CV than Mikel Arteta, but yet you say anything about that, about questioning him if he doesn't do something at the end of the season and you're a bad fan. Just be grateful. Man, I've been waiting 21 years for a Premier League title. I've been waiting over 30 for a European title and just a League Cup. Don't tell me to be patient, yeah? 21 years for a Premier League title, the club the size of Arsenal, spending £750 million.
It's gone stale, ain't it, Potts? It's gone stale, ain't it?
It's horrendous, bro.
Where do you go from here, right? And obviously, what do you think that your club's going to do in January, man? Because we already know the Cronkies, their ambition ain't really there like that. Like, I know the past few seasons, cool, like since they got the the 100% ownership. They've bought Declan Rice. They've backed Arteta and whatnot. But it always feels like you're a player away or 2 players away. That's how it's always kind of felt with the Kroenke regime, bro. So what do you think they're gonna do in January, realistically, bro?
I don't think we're going to do much in January, bro. I'm probably going to get Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira back and say, there you go. There's your Saka replacement, and go from there. But look, we need to, man. We need to do something. We've spent 70 million euros in the summer, which is nothing, on Calafiori and Marino. We've got Sterling in on loan. Like, let's just be real. We ain't going to get any loans. That's one thing, because we can't, because we've got our limit. We've got Neto and Sterling on loan. So unless we get rid of one of those, we can't loan anybody. We need to go and release one of Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres, in my opinion. That's what we need to do. I don't think we will do that.
I don't see. Listen, I read all these articles all the time on the Athletic about Arsenal and the FFP and whatnot, right? Bro, it's very rare for clubs to go and trigger a release clause, because when you do that, that's straight money on the books straight away.
Straight money, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of clubs don't do that. That's why with us, with Enzo, we didn't want to pay the release clause, because straight away that's money on the books. But we paid above the release clause for over 8 years, right? Obviously, if you remember, that got patched. Now you can only amortize deals over 5 years. You know what I mean? So I highly doubt Arsenal are gonna go trigger a release clause for Osimhen or Gyökeres, or I'm seeing the Kudus one comes into play in the summer. Realistically, I can only see you lot doing business in summer like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same. And I don't think that's enough, Don. Like, let's be real. Like, look at the state of it and the moment going forward. Like, I know you've always had doubts over some of our attack, right? But I look at it right now, and so you don't need convincing. But it's actually embarrassing how we're trying to play, because whether you like it or not, Mikel Arteta has actually got quite an attractive style of play. We've seen it before, but he seems so overthinking and so reluctant to worry about not losing games that when you go 1-0 up against Ipswich Town at home, your 2 subs are Marino and Partey. What are we doing here? Like, where's Ethan Nwaneri? What are we trying to do to actually go and get another couple? They're doing nothing against Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin can't even get a kick. Yeah, and we're trying to bring on Partey at right back. It's 0-0. We're trying to score a goal. Jorginho's coming on. Partey at right back. Like, this is so, like, please do not lose this game of football, guys. And that must be what the team talk is, because the substitutions are telling me that this guy doesn't want to win the game. He's actually, like, worried about losing it. You can't win a title like that, man. You can't.
Yeah.
Henry said the same thing. And we've been saying the same thing as well, Potts, for ages. You know what I mean? You were getting a lot of abuse in the summer. You know what I'm saying? When you were speaking about the how poor the window was. But again, it was Arteta's gonna transform the life of Sterling. Sterling can't even fucking come on the pitch. And I kept saying, bro, this guy off the ball, he's not an Arsenal Arteta type player. Because off the ball, I was watching this guy at the bridge numerous times, not even trying to track back. Right? The amount of goals or close calls that we conceded last season because of him not tracking back was a fucking joke, right? Yeah. And this is the guy that Arteta is just going to change, right? So it's a cult. It's like a cult following of people where they don't see no wrong with what that guy does. Everything he does, we must just follow it. We must just follow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get if you man just win the Carabao Cup. I'm sorry, bro. That's not enough. That is not enough.
Well, it is apparently to Lee Gunner. He's saying, I'll take that, man.
You know what? He's doubling down. Lee says that, but then in the same breath, he criticizes Arteta more than he gives him praise. So it's not making sense, bro. It's not adding up.
Do you know what it's done? Arsenal fan, the reason why he's got a cult that he can do no wrongs, because they then bring up the sentiment thing. But look where he took us from. But it's like, when is the cutoff point? When are you going to keep challenging and not winning, and you keep giving him that time? There has to be.
Roms, do you remember when Arsene Wenger come in? Arsene Wenger come in and picked up a much bigger mess than what Arteta did, man. And also what Mikel Arteta has got that Wenger didn't have is 750 million. Wenger didn't even spend that in 22 years at the club, right? So when Wenger came in, right, and he's taken over from Bruce Rioch, and the only player he's really got with any quality in the side is Bergkamp. Yes, he inherited a back four that George Graham put together and assembled. Other than that, he had to make everything right. Mikel Arteta has come in, and yes, he's picked up a mess, but he's had £700 million to help him. Arsene Wenger never had that. And it's inflation. Now it's inflation. You can't compare it. Well, I am going to, because £700 million is a hell of a lot of money. And when you go that much time and that much space, how many other managers right now have spent 750 million in 5 years and have still get their job after winning nothing? Name me one. There ain't any. He's the only one, man.
Yeah. He's the only one. Can you smell that? I can smell Marcus, maybe. Marcus, would you take that one, Potts? I can smell it. That's definitely.
Don't, man. Don't even talk to me about that, man. Don't even, man. I tell you what, and I said this to judges, right? And I say it again. Saeed would love it if that happened, by the way. I'm sure he would, right? But if we get Rashford, right? We get Rashford. You can imagine, right? And I said this to Judge. I said, imagine you're like a bad incident happens and touch wood, this doesn't happen. You wake up from a coma and you think, oh, wow, I've missed the last 5 years. And you've said Arsenal signings were knocking on Man City's door. Hi, anyone you don't want? Yeah, you can have Zinchenko and Jesus. Come on, then bring them down. We'll have them. And then we knock on Chelsea's door. Yeah, do you fancy Jorginho, Havertz, and Sterling? Yeah, we'll have all three. Come on, bring them in. And now we go and knock on Man United's door and say, oh, anyone about? You have Rashford. Really? Yeah, come on in. Arteta will change him. We'll bring him in the door. It's absolute crap, man. If that happens, I'll tell you this now. I'm tapping out of the season. And
I call United CEX boys all the times. I think it's you know. I think you're the original CEX boys, bro.
We are, bro. We are, man.
CEX, you know.
You want it, bro.
I used to work there in
car boot sale, man. Car boot sale.
You know where placement year in the year 10. I used to work at CX, man. Got sacked because we were playing FIFA 09 and that in the back and that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
I got sacked for work.
I've always.
What a story.
I'm gonna get sacked at work experience, bro. I was like, FIFA 09, bro. I was
the thing is, I can fully imagine him playing it as well. The back.
Same.
Oh my God, there's every playing games in the back, man. He's in the front and that, bro. You know what I mean? Man told me about Sherlock Holmes and that in the front. Put it together, place it together.
Oh my days. Oh. No, sorry, you killed me.
Who's the pots? Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, Havertz, Sterling.
Jorginho.
I was going to say, there's rare examples.
Julian.
When you sell to another top 6 rival, there's odd examples that work. Like Oxlade Chambers to us. I remember Juan Mata to United, Sol Campbell to Arsenal. That there's probably more that you can roll off, but normally I'd say a good 60-70% of the time it doesn't work. I'm always a bit worried when I go to another top 6 rival because that just indicates to me you're giving us that just your wash goods that you don't need it anymore. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Do you know what it is like with that quick right for me?
Actually, go to Chelsea. I don't mind. That's another one.
Yeah, I don't mind that that you want to go and buy the top 6 club because it does work. We've seen there's Chelsea,
there's examples.
Chelsea are a good example of that, right? But when I look at it now, I think, well, there is go and buy and find your own. Like, why can't our scouting network go and find our own Jorginho signing or our own, left winger, our own striker? Why do we have to go and buy the sloppy seconds of others, right? And I'll say this quickly, right, to end because people drive me insane when they say, "Oh, you can't get anybody. There's nobody else out there." Chelsea would still have Poch. They wouldn't have Maresca. Yeah. Liverpool would not have right now Arne Slot because there's nobody better than Klopp. There's nobody better than Klopp. Klopp's the only one. What do? We might as well fold the club if Klopp goes, no, you can move forward. Ruben Amorim, it's just been carted out of Sporting Lisbon by Man United. Yeah. So there is people out there. There's absolute nonsense that we hear that if Mikel Arteta, we've got to keep him because no one else is there. There's no one else. Yeah. We still have Arsene Wenger if that was the case. Come on, man.
You know what I think? I think your families that adopt that mindset, it's a disrespect to your own club because you're a massive club. So when they adopt that mindset of it's Arteta and nothing else, no one man, player, manager is bigger than the club. There's always bigger and better. Like, the club will always continue. When I hear us fans saying there's no one else other than Mikel Arteta, it's crazy to me, bro. You're undermining how big you are. Like most managers in world football would want to come Arsenal. Cool, we can do the trolling stuff. You're still Arsenal. Do you get? So fans that adopt that mindset, it's crazy. Crazy.
Listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Big up to everyone who's
Hey. We didn't touch upon United.
Bro,
would you wrap it up here? There's no wrapping up, bro. Come on, what's gonna happen? Huh?
Bro, we're gonna get smacked up today, man.
Yeah, I think today's gonna get ugly. I actually think today's
ugly, man.
Ugly.
You're playing at Old Trafford, man. Old Trafford.
What do you mean Old Trafford, man? We've
they
lost
played Forest and Brentford there. And do you know what, Saeed? This is the worst time to play because you see Newcastle a few months ago. They went a bit weird form.
Worst time.
I think it's 3 in a row. I think they've won their last 3
in a row. They're looking good, man. They're looking good.
Good form.
They're looking good, man.
Is playing unbelievable, by the way, at the minute.
You know
I said they had a good first 11, man.
Potts, we've been cooking D all season on This Is London, yeah?
Yeah.
Is 2 points behind the great Man United.
No.
Crystal
West
Palace
Ham as well, West Ham as well,
Crazy.
bro.
West Ham have been getting smoked and they're above you still.
Yeah, I'm glad I cancelled that show, man. Best of the rest. You know what I mean?
Do
And
you know
after
what,
chat
though,
to them, man,
Saeed? I
there.
think your team is so bad, man. Your team is so bad, bro.
We're
Like,
bad.
it's
We're
so
bad,
bad.
bro. We're bad. And like I said, man, apparently Rashford's back in the squad because there's no one around tonight. No. He's back in the squad because there's no one available. So Amber's like, yo, come and help me out, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. Well, I can't lie. It's crazy, man. But I think we're getting smacked up. I'm going to the game. You know what I mean? I'm not even feeling well about
Fuck,
Hey?
you know.
Yeah, it's
You're
peak.
probably not watching on today, man.
100 million on those two up front, man. What were you guys thinking?
Bro. Listen, man, it's a travesty, man. Travesty. Yeah, I mean, but we've not got good forwards for a long time, man. Like, the forward there, we've not had a great forward since Van Persie. Yeah, Lukaku came in first season, did all right. Zlatan came in first season, did well. Then he fell off the second season, got injured. But like, we've never had a consistent striker, bro. That could believe him, bro. So.
Yeah,
Man, what is that Xerxes, man? What is that Xerxes all about, man? What
But
the hell is-
Xerxes, you know what it is? Xerxes is the one that you bring in when everything is correct and you've got a squad. Not when you got like a team where it's disjointed. So I don't know what they were thinking in that part. You get me? So and then Højlund he wants to wrestle people, bro. Yeah, Cavani. Yeah, Martial was a winger though, innit? Then he became a striker. You know what I'm saying? Cavani was good. Don't get me wrong, but again, we bought him too late in his career. You know, we should have bought him maybe a little bit more earlier. But again, he was at PSG. So CR7 as well, yeah. But one season, and then after that, it didn't work out. I'm talking about a striker where, you know what? 5 years solid. Yeah? 5 years solid.
He's already quite proven, isn't it? Yeah, I
Proven,
know.
like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they come in, you know, they're here for the next 5 years and they're proven.
So Saeed, what's your next few games, bro? Because you can't keep losing like this. You can't keep losing like this.
Broski, we got Newcastle and Liverpool.
You got Newcastle, Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna see? You know what I'm gonna say, Don, the next morning? Happy New Year! That's what I'm gonna be saying.
Hey, Roms, don't let Halimi click that up, you know. I swear down, don't let him click that up, you know.
Don, I'll tell you now, and I don't care. People face football gods. I think we batter United at Anfield. Jenny, the way we're playing, the way they're and we've got a 4 weeks rest.
Another 7-0 coming, man. Another 7-0.
Nah, it's not a full week.
Shit, another 7-0.
It is because we don't play you till it's next weekend, bro. So we got a full 7 days rest.
There's another time for another 7-0 side. It's gonna be this, you know.
Another side
in the Carabao Cup or something.
No, that's the following week. That's the couple days after. So we got our Carabao Cup game after.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So if you win the league,
I didn't even think like that.
You got 20. Is it 20 league titles? Is it? Is it 21?
Huh?
They've got 20.
How many?
20. They got 19.
You got 19.
Yes, they'll match United, right? They'll match United.
Yeah, they'll match United.
If they win the league and do that by dumping on your head top as well, Saeed, at the same time, bro, it's gonna be a peak for you, man. It's gonna be long for you, man. But bro, just to finish up before we finish up, yeah. Do you trust Ineos, Saeed, to basically crash up demolish the whole attack and go again?
I need to see that. You know, you have to see it to believe it. Like, do you know what I mean? You've done all the talking, now walk the walk, in it. Like, so for me, I ain't trusting nobody's words, bro. Do it. Actions speak louder than words, bro. So unless I see it, everything's talking, man. And I don't need talking. I need action, bro.
But he needs to do something because he's making all these cuts. So that must need to hopefully open up the key.
Right on the Elvis flex. A little less conversation. That's what's
But listen, big up to everyone locked in, man. Please hit the like button on the way out, man. Like I said, man, fan reaction tonight after the game. Don, you got a reaction as well after the game as well. Ipswich in it tonight. You should beat them easily, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen, we need to get back to winning ways. I thought we'd do that against Fulham, but listen, Maresca let me down, man, with the subs. But today, I'm praying that there's some injection of energy, because Ipswich at home, they're going to be up for it. They're going to be up for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not easy. You saw that first game of the season, Roms. It's not easy. You know what I mean?
Especially that first half, bro. They'll honor. You know what I would say, Don? Yeah, they've got like a few, like Murray Hutchinson, I think Smodics from the Championship. They've got players that can cause you trouble. But one thing with them, they're very pretty. But when it comes to that final killer finish, you should win. I'm going about 2-1, but it will be tough. It will.
No, I think we'll win. I think we'll win the game because we've got more quality than them. But I'm saying we can't take them lightly. We've got to be on our game, innit? Like off the bench as well. You know what I'm saying? Like Maresca needs to be switched on today. But we'll win that game, I reckon, man. But yeah, man, big up Saeed, obviously, big up Roms, big up Lee, big up Potts, big up LB, Big up George,
Big up, man.
Tones. Panel was massive today, bro. But yeah, big up the chat as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Dan Potts, man, nice for filling in, man. You get me? Let them know.
Nah,
Are you
come on,
live
bro.
today? What you got coming up, man?
Love up, man. Yeah, I will be live. I'm trying to work out a time though yet, but big up to everybody. There's no show tonight because of all the football that's going on for Race for Europe. That'll be back. It's just mad this Christmas period, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
man.
trying to put in schedules and stuff. Everyone being busy in a way, but come over to Football's 12, man. There'll be stuff happening, man. Big up for having me. Always a pleasure to come on this show. Big up to the panel, man. Big up to you, Saeed.
Yeah, big up to you, Roms, man. What the new channel coming? Yeah, loading.
It actually, I need to send you a link. It's actually up and running. If you look, type in Football Verbal, we did a Christmas quiz, and then we're doing 2024 wrapped up. It should be dropping Wednesday. It should be dropping New Year's Day, actually. So
Football Verbal.
yeah, type in Football Verbal. It's our channel where we started the new pod. So yeah, it's up and running now. It's up and running.
Can't really see it on here.
I'll send it to you to put in
Yeah, send me the link. Send me the link, and then yeah. But yeah, big up to everyone who's locked in. You get me? Make sure you lot hit the like button, people. Make sure you lot subscribe to the channel, man. And then we're gonna redirect to to George. He's live right now, people. Go raid his chat. What should we say when we go in the chat? What should we put in there? Like a little comment.
Ange out.
Ange out, yeah,
Ange out.
yeah, Ange out. Everybody right now, spam in George's chat, Ange out. And like I said, I'll see you for the match reaction tonight. Pray for United. Pray.